Welcome to Texas Card House as we get ready for tonight's Wednesday stream from the Rio Grande Valley. Have some 1-3 no limit hold'em. Let's go around the table real quick to see what the lineup is. In seat 1, joining us from Corpus Christi, we got CC Drew. In seat 2, we have Ray. He's buying in for $400. $300 is the minimum buy, and we do have Fletcher in seat 3 in for $300. Frank in for $500. Seat 5, we have another Corpus Christi resident. I believe that's Brandon in seat 3. Seat 6, we have RGV Striker. He's in for the minimum, $300. Seat 7, we have Alo, who's going by Tres Mentiras tonight. Seat 8, Jeffrey in for $500. And rounding out the field is going to be Newbie in seat 9 in for $300. First hand of tonight's stream down in the Rio Grande Valley. Action on Fletcher, suited king. Going to be making the call. Frank makes the fold, and it's folded around to Tres Mentiras. Jeff with the suited 3 deuce. He will make the call. Newbie lets go of the Chad Johnson. And it is up to the small blind. See the overhit shot there. So CC Drew calling with the Jack Deuce. And it's going to be a king high flop. Camera's still getting adjusted as that camera's actually pulling double duty tonight. So top pair for Fletcher, open ender for CC Drew. And Fletcher going to wind up with the best hand here. And it'll go check, check on the river. So Fletcher picking up the first hand tonight. CC Drew in seat 1, going to be putting on the $10 button straddle, and there we go. The camera getting corrected for the zoom in. Did not zoom in on the flop the first hand, but they will get it set properly as we will move on to hand number 2. $10 button straddle. The action does start to the left of the button. The action does not jump the blinds. This is just a normal straddle. So action is on Ray. He will make the $10 call. Frank thought about raising, just calls with the 7s. And it is folded around to Newbie, who makes the call. CC Drew checking his option as we go 6 ways to a flop. Let's see if the camera zooms in here on the flop. Nope, still get it situated, but we're able to see the king high flop as Ray flops open-ended, and it looks like he's going to lead here. Top 2 pair for Newbie. Fletcher with the gut shot. He's making the call. Frank does not see a 7. He'll let it go. Let's see if Newbie raises or just puts on the smooth call here. Looks like he's reaching for some raisin chips, and he's going to slide out $75. Action is on Ray with the open ender. Another $50 more for him, and he's going to make the call, which will probably bring along Fletcher as well. Fletcher is thinking about this. Has no backdoor spades. Probably would have made the call with the backdoor spades, but he lets it go. And heads up to a turn we go. And Ray turning the nuts. He does check. Newbie checks behind. And Ray checks his straight once again. Newbie does not fall into the trap. And Ray's going to take down this $235 pot. Turned the straight, checked it, rivered a 6-card straight, checked it again, but Newbie with a nice check back, flopped top 2 pair, but did not like the run out, and he was correct. So Ray in for 400. You can see he's up $147. CCB has not played a hand yet. He's in for the minimum 300. RGV Striker also has not played a hand, as is Tres Mentiras. Are all sitting next to each other. The blinds have not reached them yet. Nice double down hand, but not a good poker hand. The 7-4. Jeffrey with the 8. Let's see if he raises. And he is going to raise. Looks like 25. So Fletcher with the suited queen calling, and Frank does the same with Apple Jacks. And we are going 3 ways to a queen high flop. Fletcher flopping top pair, Frank flopping a gut shot, and they do check in flow to Jeffrey, who also makes the check. Fletcher now going to be betting his top pair. Small bet of only $20. Frank with no club in his hand does make the fold. Jeffrey does have a club, so he will make the call. Jeffrey going to need an 8 or a club. And instead, it'll be an ace. Fletcher with the check mark by his name. Does he put out a value bet? And it looks like he is. $20 bet. And Jeffrey going to make the curiosity call here. Fletcher will show the queen and take down the $155 pot. Little surprise Frank didn't call with the gut shot, but you did see the clubs on the board, so maybe he was worried that he was drawing dead. But this is something that I do mention at the beginning of every stream, and it's pretty much true across the board, where the players play a little bit tighter at the beginning of the stream, or they play a little bit looser than they would normally play. They're either just trying to fill out the table, or they're trying to establish a table image and double up real quick. So normally about the first 10 hands or so on a stream, not going to play exactly true to how the players normally play. And you can see Tres Mentiras taking it up to 30 here. There was a straddle. Jeffrey, who just lost the previous hand with the 8 of clubs in his hand, is going to be making the call once again with the 8 of clubs in his hand. Has a 9 to go with it this time. Ray with the ace-jack making the call. CCB lets it go. RGV Striker with the 7s. Going to be calling for sure. Might be putting on a squeeze play. No, he just makes the call as we go 4 ways to a flop. And it's going to be jack high. So Ray out flopping RGV Striker and Tres Mentiras. Jeffrey hitting second pair. Going to put out a small bet here. Ray with no spade in his hand. I think later on in the game he would be raising this, but like I said, oh no, he is going for the raise. 100 more. So nice raise by Ray there. I was going to say he should be raising it here, but don't think he will. But he does make the raise. Jeffrey getting out of the way. And Ray picking up the $300 pot, as that's going to take his stack to probably at least over a $200 profit, probably about $228. Okay, there was an 8 in there. 281. One of the major highways down here in the Rio Grande Valley, Highway 281. It actually runs from the South Texas border, the Mexico border, all the way up to the Canadian border. Fletcher also in the green, 79. Everybody else in the red. Jeffrey, the reddest. Newbie down 85. Could have been down a lot more, but he did a flop top 2 pair. Got a little unlucky, but probably lost the minimum. Jeffrey raising it up here. No, excuse me. He's making the call. There was a raise under the gun, and I think Jeffrey's fallen in the category of playing a little bit looser the first 10 hands or so. As we do have an ace high flop, 2 spades. RGV striker with the best of it. And it's going to go check around as now the queen of spades shows up. That's going to give some outs to both CCB and Tres Mentiras. Jeffrey flopping bottom pair. Facing a $45 bet. He's going to let it go. And everybody else will get out of the way. So RGV striker winning his first. No, excuse me. CCB making the call, looking for a queen. Oh, he's going to go runner for trips. And what does he do here on the river? Does he put out a big bet? And he's put it out a big bet. I like this bet by CCB. I think Striker's just going to have to call it off. You can see Striker's not happy about it. I believe this is CCB's first time playing here in the Rio Grande. It's his first time playing on the stream for sure. So RGV Striker going to call him to get information here. Oh, wow. RGV Striker making the fold. Yeah, RGV Striker has been playing good lately as he has been on a massive heater the last 10 days down here in the Rio Grande Valley. He's been hitting up all the different poker clubs, and he's been winning every time he's shown up. So even though RGV Striker did not win that hand, he definitely saved some chips. I'm not going to lie, I would have made the call there, and I'm very surprised RGV Striker made the fold, but he has been playing some good poker lately and showing it right there on the screen. As we do have a $10 button straddle under the gun. Newbie with a small raise here with 4 high. Newbie does make some very unconventional plays, and raising it up with 4 deuce of hearts definitely falls in that category. And somehow, is it going to work? No, it's not going to work. Jeffrey going to make the call with the 9-4. Let's see if Newbie puts out a continuation bet. He's going to represent the ace, gets a quick fold from Jeffrey. And Newbie taking it down with 4 high. We are live on the YouTube chat. I do realize we're streaming on multiple platforms, but we are live on the YouTube chat. CC Drew taking it up to 20 with the dog, the K9. And you can see his buddy, also from Corpus Christi, has him dominated with a better king. Flop coming 7 high, everybody missing. And CCB gonna put out a bet here. Jeffrey does have a gut shot, needing a 4, and he will be making the call. CCB, I'm sure, does not like that. To the turn we go, and it's a J. Another check by Jeffrey. CCB slowing down. CCB's going to have to bluff here on the river. Just has king high. And here comes the bluff. Over $170 in the pot. So he's going to be putting out at least... Yeah, he's going to be putting out at least half pot. He bets $80. So CCB, who is a poker dealer at one of the card clubs in Corpus Christi, Bay 361. Of course, Corpus Christi on the Bay, actually on the Gulf. 361, the area code for the Corpus Christi area. South of Corpus Christi is the Rio Grande Valley. But as you're leaving Corpus Christi, there is a town called Robstown. It's going to be Corpus Christi, Robstown, Kingsville, Raymondville, Harlingen. But Robstown is actually the birthplace of Texas Hold'em. That's where the game was invented. The area around Corpus Christi known as the Coastal Bend area. Newbie with the ace-king. I thought he was sizing it up, but RGV Striker raised it to 50 here, so he's giving RGV Striker a really good price to make the call, as RGV Striker decided to make a move into cutoff with the Queen-Jack offsuit. Oh, Fletcher making the call with the Ducks. RGV Striker pretty much getting priced in. Oh, RGV Striker announcing all in. And we're going to have ourselves a three-way all in. Fletcher's not folding a pocket pair. Fletcher's ahead right now. There's the call. And just like that, we got ourselves a 5. Actually, once Fletcher puts in the call here, it's going to go to a $658 pot. Pocket deuce is the best hand right now, but has to avoid all of the letters. He's got to avoid an A, a K, a Q, or a J. RGV Striker flopping open-ended. There is a small side pot between the two players. Fletcher still somehow holding on with the deuces. And Fletcher's going to win the pot with the deuces. So deuces never loses, as Fletcher avoids all the letters in the deck and turns deuces into a $658 pot, as Newbie's going to be added on. RGV Striker also going to be added on. So RGV Striker rebuying for 300. So let's see if Fletcher puts on the straddle, as he is under the gun. UTG. So RGV Striker rebuying for 300. Newbie added on for 200, as Fletcher has a suited ace. And Fletcher's not folding a suited ace. The only question is, will he raise? He just limps under the gun. CCB does the same with his suited king. Tres mentiras, 3 lies. Also limping. Oh, and CC Drew with the Jays. He's not going to be limping. He's going to be making it. I have not seen how much. Oh, he made it 35. Tray 5, KD. Jeffrey making the call here with 7 high. He's definitely come to gamble tonight. And Newbie, who just got his add-on, he will be making the call with king high. So 3 ways to a flop we go. Ace high flop, Newbie hitting the king. And CC Drew does not like that flop, but he's going to put out a small bet of $20 into $117. That small bet's going to get called by the 7 high of Jeffrey, who has some backdoor outs. And it looks like Newbie's going to be putting on a min raise here. Newbie making it 50. Quick fold from CC Drew. And Jeff does the same. So I mentioned it earlier. Newbie will make some very unconventional play, and that unconventional play working out for him there as he makes the $35 call pre-flop with king 4 offsuit, and then makes a small raise on the flop to take down the pot. You can see Fletcher already up over $500. Ray up over $250, and CCB, first time playing on the stream, he's up almost $200. Everybody else in the red as we get ready for hand number 10, TIN 10, $10 button straddle. Ray with the ace will make the call. Fletcher folding. RGV striker. Queen 6 of hearts. Yes, he likes the queens, likes the ladies, because he made a move earlier with Queen Jack. You can see he is dominated by Newbie's queen. 2 players with queens, 2 players with aces. 4 ways to a flop we go. Pretty good flop for RGV striker. Should be putting out a continuation bet here as he does flop open-ended with the Queen 6. CC Drew with the flush draw. He's going to be moving all in. And RGV Striker is going to make the call. So flush draw versus straight draw. RGV Striker going to have to hit. CC Drew needs a deuce for a straight. Well, actually, CC Drew does not need anything. CC Drew is out in front right now. It is RGV Striker who's going to have to hit, and you can see RGV Striker not going to be able to hit the 3 of diamonds or the 8 of diamonds. Oh, RGV Striker spiking the queen on the turn. Oh, and there's the straight for CC Drew. So RGV Striker losing another all-in. You can see RGV Striker down almost $500. He was actually going to be donating 50% of his winnings tonight to the UT RGV Student Pantry. So it is not off to a good start for RGV Striker. It is not off to a good start for the Student Pantry at local university here, University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. I believe they are the Vaqueros. CCB getting a little frisky under the gun with the King Jack offsuit, and he's going to get raised immediately by Jeffrey with the suited Ace Queen. So CCB getting a really good price here. Oh, Frank also with the Ace Queen. Doesn't want to play the hand out of position. Seems like a tight fold, and you can argue that it is, but I understand why he's making the fold. He doesn't want to play it out of position. And it's going to come a 10 high flop as CCB will check to Jeffrey, who does the same. Jeffrey picking up diamonds now. And he only has about $137 left. Basically has about a pot-sized bet left. Should probably be going all in, and that's exactly what he does. CCB not going to be able to make the call here with just king high. So the local university down here in South Texas, known as, it is a branch of the University of Texas, UT RGV, one of the top 10 largest universities here in the state of Texas. Of course, the largest university here in Texas. Not sure if you folks know. The largest university in Texas is also the largest university in the United States. With over 75,000 students enrolled, we have Texas A&M, largest university in the state and in the United States. Second biggest university, could probably guess, is going to be UT Austin. Then you have two universities with about 45,000 students. University of North Texas, that's going to be in Denton, the Mean Green. And then you have the University of Houston. And rounding out the top 5, it's going to be the University of Texas at Arlington. Of course, Arlington is where AT&T Stadium is located, where the Dallas Cowboys play. UTRGV ranking 9th with a student population of over 30,000 enrolled. Second time, Newbie with the ace-king. Didn't work out for him last time. Looks like Newbie's going to take it down. So it looks like we got Benji in the chat. Pares par. He was actually on the list, but he took too long to sign up on the list. Essentially translates to pair is pair. But he was on the list to play, but he was too far down. I believe we only have one person right now signed up for the list on Friday's game. Same setup, 1-3 no limit Texas Hold'em. $300 minimum buy-in. Yeah, there's just one person right now signed up for the Friday stream. Fletcher with the ace-queen suited just makes the call. CCB with the king-jack offsuit once again, going to be raising it up. Last time he ran into this exact same hand, the ace-queen of diamonds. Let's see if Fletcher puts on a back raise here. No, he just makes the call. So Fletcher playing this hand very slow as we are going 3 ways to a $119 pot. And it's going to be trip kings for CCB. And it looks like Ray's going to be leading out here. Well, Ray does lead out, hoping nobody has the king, but we can see CCB does have the. So Fletcher cut in his losses, making the fold. CCB just going to be making the call as we go heads up to a turn. Ray's pretty much drawn dead. He is now officially drawn dead. Oh, Ray's not letting up as the spade arrives. And he is going to put out another bet of $100. CCB going to at least be calling, might be raising here. Really do not have a lot of history with him. Oh, he does make the raise. And Ray says, I'm just kidding, and makes the quick fold. We do appreciate the quick fold, as I'm sure the viewers at home do as well. No need to Hollywood here. So you can see 4 players in the green, 5 players in the red. RGV striker down over $500. So nice hand for CCB there. Ray jumping right back in, making the call with the 9 high. Fletcher limping with the ace queen suited, raising with the queen 5 of hearts. No, excuse me, raising with the 9 high. It's Fletcher, the one with the 9 high. Ray with the queen 5 of hearts. Everybody making the call as we go 4 ways to a flop of queen high. So both CC Drew and Ray hitting the queen, and both of them check as we now see a 10 on the turn. Double gut shot for Fletcher here, needing a 7 or a jack. Jeffrey with an open ender. He will lead out 55, and everybody's going to be making the call. So 4 ways to a river we go. And the 9 going to show up for Jeffrey. And he's just going to go all in, over $300 in the pot. Only has about 125 in his stack. So going to go all in, hoping one of his opponents has 2 pair. Don't think anybody's going to be able to call. Ray makes the call. Felt like he was getting too good of a price. And he's going to see that Jeffrey got there on the river. So I mentioned that RGV let us know before the stream that he was going to donate half the winnings to the local student pantry at the University of Texas RGV, and might have put a little bit too much pressure on himself. So that win will get Jeffrey in the green. He is now up 1-1-1. And that loss will take Ray down to $170. No straddle this hand. Ray, who just lost the last hand. It looks like CC Drew's getting a massage, as that is the one camera that isn't working properly, so not able to get a frontal view, just able to get the side shot of Drew. As Jeff just makes the call here with the 9s out of the small blind. Newbie does the same with the 5s. And we're going 4 ways to a flop. Open ender for Ray, but 3 of his outs are accounted for. A set for Newbie. And I never know what Newbie's going to do, so I'm not even going to try to predict what he's going to do. Looks like he's just going to make the call. There are 2 spades on the board. As I said, Ray with the open ender. Ray going all in. RGV striker doing the same, as he also has an open ender. So 2 players with an open ender. The 9-8 open-ended. The 6-8 also open-ended. And Newbie with the set. Surprised he hasn't called yet. All right, there he goes, making the call. He knows he's up against a bunch of draws, and that is the case. Nobody with a spade in their hand, surprisingly. So this pot is now over $1,000 just like that. This probably isn't a 1-3 game that you're used to, but this is pretty much standard here at Texas Card House. Pay no attention to the blind levels. Blinds can be $1, $2, $1, $2, $1, $3, but the pots are going to be big. So I don't know if they're going to run it more than once. They haven't thus far. So RGV Striker looking for a jack or a 6. Ray looking for a 9 or a 4. Although we did see Jeffrey fold pocket 9s, and there is a 9 in RGV Striker's hand. And RGV Striker going to hit the straight. The spades did arrive, but nobody with the flush draw. And Newbie going to have to rebuy as he reloaded earlier. He cannot believe his luck. And we might have an open seat. Nope, looks like he's going to. Like I said, I never know what Newbie's thinking. But looks like Newbie's going to rebuy. I think maybe Newbie's plan was just to possibly lose 500. But he lost 500 in less than an hour. And he is going to rebuy. Nobody likes a quitter. So RGV Striker is finally in the green. So right now it looks like we got $60 going towards the UT RGV food pantry, or student pantry. Jeffrey going to be straddling $10 on the button. So I think everybody has something that they do whenever they get on tilt or try to help to prevent themselves from getting on tilt. RGV Striker, whenever he gets on tilt, whenever he's running bad, he goes to a sauna. Don't know if he has one in his house, because I do know the saunas are available in his house now, or they are available in the house, but RGV Striker is the type of person who loves the saunas. Sweat out all the bad juju. Yeah, that was me in the background earlier with the SpongeBob shirt, RG3. Fletcher making the call as Newbie with the ace-jack of clubs. And things aren't going well for Newbie as Newbie flops a flush draw and a straight draw. Fletcher hitting top pair, and away we go. There's the club. So finally, Newbie getting some run good. I can almost guarantee you if he lost this pot, he was not going to rebuy. But we're not going to get to see that as Newbie finally wins a pot. So dealing tonight, we got the Cajun Asian. Sometimes he plays on the stream, but tonight he is dealing. So Newbie down 500 at one point, now only down 177, as Fletcher, who just lost that previous pot, is now going to put on a pretty big straddle under the gun. You are allowed to straddle up to half your stack. You are allowed to straddle up to half your stack under the gun. And Fletcher putting out a chunky straddle there. Looks like 40. Might be 50.
Yeah, you started going crazy. Too.
Oh, looks like, is Ray going to give him action? Oh, Ray with the aces here. He just makes the call with the aces. Hoping Fletcher goes crazy here. Fletcher only with 4 high. Will check his option. And Fletcher missing everything. Ray checking. Hoping Fletcher catches something. Ray checking again. And Ray checks one last time. Shows the aces. So second time tonight that Ray has been very, very trappy. Very, very sneaky. Button will be on seat 1. CC Drew, the CC standing for Corpus Christi, the Drew short for Andrew. He is up $78. Even with that win, Ray is still losing about 350. He has about 350 in his stack. He is also down about 350 as action is on Ray. Ray does make the call with the pocket pair. Fletcher making it 50 again. This time he saw his cards and they were suited. Oh, Tres Mentiras ripping it here. And I don't think Fletcher's folding suited 40% of a royal. And if he makes the call here, he's actually going to be in pretty good shape, as it will basically be 50-50, but we did see a couple of players fold some jacks. Ray thinking about it with the 5s. He has the chips in his hand. Will he slide them forward? The answer is yes. Fletcher also making the call, as that's going to take the pot up to over $600. So Tres Mentiras, 3 lies. Players thought that everybody was all in, but there's still a side pot available between Ray and Fletcher. Fletcher flopping a flush draw. He does check into the empty side pot. Alo now turning Ray turning a straight draw. But pocket 10s are going to be good. Oh, no, it's a straight. It's a straight. And just like that, Ray is now in the green. He was down $350 before that hand started. Now he is up $105. And Tres Mentiras gonna have to buy in for at least another 300. Looks like the kids might eat after all. Well, it is a 4-hour stream, so we still have over 3 hours to go. But they're definitely in a better position now than they were. UT RGV almost making the NCAA baseball tournament. as they were one of the first 4 teams left out of the tournament. Big raise here from Jeffrey to 70 with the ace king. So there's 16 teams that host the regional baseball tournament. And then there's 4 teams in each of those tournaments. And then if you win that tournament, you essentially move on to the Sweet 16, known as the Super Regionals. And then if you win the Super Regionals, you move on to the Elite 8, and that is the actual College World Series in Omaha. But all the teams have been selected. Local baseball team, UTRGV, one of the first 4 teams out. CC Drew with the Jacks. Had him before, did not work out for him. And let's see if they work out for him here as he raises it up to 45. Fletcher, who did straddle 10 on the button, makes the call. Jeffrey gets out of the way and heads up to a flop we go. Nice flop for Jacks. How much is CC Drew going to bet? And he just says all in. Just doesn't want to mess around. Hasn't won a pot tonight. Just kind of wants to take down his first pot of the night. Huge overbet here. Sometimes you just want to drag a pot. Not necessarily playing the hand, quote unquote, ideally. Sometimes you just want to take down the pot, and CC Drew will do just that.
What?
So the 2 Corpus Christi players leading the way. Corpus Christi, probably just under a 2-hour drive from here, as it is on the coast. Texas Card House Grand Valley, located in Edinburg, Texas, so we're about an hour away from the coast. Local beach down here is South Padre Island, best beach in Texas, and right across the bay from South Padre Island is going to be Boca Chica Beach, home to SpaceX. They just had a launch there yesterday. It's actually pretty cool to go out and see the launch. Ace King for Newbie for the 3rd time. Hasn't worked out for him previously. Fletcher with the suited connectors going all in. Not sure what RGV Striker's thinking about. He finally makes the fold. And Newbie will make the call. There's the call. I think Fletcher's going to hit a 7. I don't know if he's going to win the pot, but I think Fletcher's going to hit a 7.
Thank you, sir.
You can see Fletcher at 43% here. Oh, there's the king. Almost drawn dead. Has to go runner. And he is officially drawn dead. So Newbie gonna finally win with Ace King, a $506 pot. And looks like we have a dealer change.
Your kicker kicks my kicker's ass. You do not have a fucking I did. At King Jack.
So we are exactly an hour into tonight's stream. Gonna have a dealer change here. Actually, about 50 minutes into the night stream. Dealers do change out every hour, but I think we started playing a little bit after. Yeah, I started playing around 7:10. Yeah, math adds up there. Started playing at 7:10. We started streaming at 7:25. And we have Jeffrey putting on the under the gun straddle. Oh, Newbie in the green. Newbie up $99. Fletcher rebuying. Newbie making sure his cards got scanned, and he will let him go, as does CC Drew. Ray making the $10 call of the straddle. Fletcher does the same. Frank, who has been a little quiet, makes the call as well. And looks like we got CCB raising it up with the pocket fives. I think the sizing's a little bit small here. Goes from 10 to 35. And he's going to get looked up by a lot of players here. The more callers you have, the greater you want to size it up. So bad news is he picks up a lot of callers. Good news is he will have position since he is on the button, as we are going 5 ways to a flop. And it's going to be 2 pair for Frank. I don't think Frank's going to get tricky here multi-way. I think he's just going to bet his hand. 180 in the pot. He'll probably bet about 75. Slides out 100. Fletcher with bottom pair might get sticky. How much does Fletcher have left on his stack? Oh, okay, he's got greens. Oh, Fletcher's getting sticky. Fletcher gonna need a 6. Cannot hit a 9, as Frank does have 2 pair. Fletcher now has a straight draw. Frank's just gonna put them all in. Fletcher picking up a straight draw. Actually picked up 3 more outs. Fletcher's thinking if he wants to rebuy or not. Fletcher doesn't want to fold, but he finally makes the fold, and Frank will take down the pot. So new dealer change. Looks like we got Ashley, Ash Cash, in the box. And that pot will take Frank up into second place between the 2 Corpus Christi residents. Newbie somehow in 4th place right now. Action is on Newbie, who does make the fold. Looks like Newbie ordering some pizza. Full service bar here at the Texas Card House, as Fletcher looking down at the ladies, raising it up to 30. CCB with the suited ace making the call. Oh, RGV Striker putting on the 3-bet, picking the wrong time to make a move here, and he might be getting priced in. Yeah, he's getting priced in here with the 9-7. I think CCB will get out of the way, but I don't think RGV Striker is. He is pretty much priced in. And he's going to have to get pretty lucky here. Set of queens. Full house. And Fletcher with the win. Pretty sure Fletcher is still in the red, but now RGV Strikers also going to be in the red after losing that pot.
I win my big hands. I lose my.
Yeah, so RGV Striker, profit that he had, just lost it as he is now down $81. CC Drew put it on the $10 under the gun straddle. So action will start to the left of the straddle. UTG +1, that's going to be Ray. Ray with the queen 9 says why not. Fletcher does fold, as does the next couple of players. Folded around to Alo, who's going by Tres Mentiras tonight. He has the 7-6. And CC Drew going to be checking his option as we are going 5 ways to a flop. Pretty good flop for Newbie there. What does Newbie do is the question. Oh, Jeff flopping a 9. He's going to put out a $35 bet here. Newbie already reaching for chips. Looks like it's going to be a small raise. And Newbie makes it 100 here. Perhaps worried about the flush draw. And Jeffrey's worried about the ace. He will let it go. Newbie shows the ace. El As Negro. Gana. Newbie showing the black ace for the win.
9 high. 6 9. 7 9. No, I caught on your end. No, not that one.
So it looks like we got somebody checking in from Corpus Christi letting us know. Corpus Christi Bay 361 Poker, rooting for Drew and Brandon, a.k.a. Hot Dog.
Come on, guys. Too freaking quiet here.
$10 button straddle from Jeffrey as Newbie takes a bite out of his pizza. We do have a pizza available here at the Texas Card House. It is the air fried pizza. So Fletcher with the jacks. CC Drew raising up the straddle with the ace jack of hearts to 30. Ray makes the call. And Fletcher puts on the 3-bet to 110. Oh, RGV Striker making the call with 10 high. Does anybody else, does CC Drew or does Ray raise is the question. They're both calling for sure, but are they raising? Action is on CC Drew. He is thinking about it, and he just announced his call. And Ray will do the same. And just like that, we have a basically a $500 pot. No, $451 pot.
Everybody's all like this.
Queen showing up on the flop. Let's see if that slows down Fletcher. I think it slowed down Fletcher. No, it did not. Fletcher ripping it here. Figures if somebody has a queen, they have a queen. Pot's too big. Goes all in for 257. There was $451. So Fletcher going all in here. And Ray with the 9s makes the discipline fold. Fletcher shows the jacks. And that win might get Fletcher unstuck. I don't think it is, but it might. As soon as they clear out the hand, we will see the stack sizes.
How much was the rate, guys?
And yeah, Fletcher's still down about 100. I believe Fletcher is straddling. No, he's not straddling.
No, hombre, el neighbor ahí del Chaco, de acá, looks awesome.
Zamora playing in the tournament right now, running the bankroll builder. Last chance to qualify is this weekend. $125 entry, $25K guaranteed. Bankroll builder here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. Tres Mentiras just making the call with the King 10 of clubs. Jeffrey raising it up with the Ace 9. Ray calling, as does Fletcher. And we will be going 4 ways to a flop. Best hand right now, the ace high, the best equity, the King 10 of Tres Mentiras, and he does flop a 10. Ray hitting the 7 will lead out. Fletcher has a gut shot. He makes the call. What does Tres Mentiras do? Does he raise? Looks like he's going to raise. Has top pair, raises it up to 100. RGV striker helping the dealer out. Jeffrey will get out of the way. Ray with middle pair. Fletcher with a gut shot and an overpair to the 10. An overcard, that is. Ray makes the call. That should bring along Fletcher. No, Fletcher making the fold. So here comes the 8 or the jack. Here comes the 8 or the jack just for you, Fletcher. 2 pair for Tres Mentiras now. He only has 166 in his stack, so he should be ripping it here. He does go all in. Quick fold from Ray. And we'll never know if Fletcher would have hit it straight. Oh, Fletcher's asking. Oh, no, Fletcher would have missed. Yeah, so RGV Striker said 50% of his winnings tonight going to the local pantry for the students at the University of Texas RGV, but his play lately's been a little spewy. Got the Cajun Asian in the chat, was dealing earlier, and now he is in the chat. $10 button straddle announced. CC Drew's been doing that pretty much all night. Fletcher does let go of his big blind. Huge flop for Ray here. Open-ended straight draw to go along with a flush draw. And he's going to check. Bottom pair for Drew, which is currently the best hand. Ray does bet his hand now, and Drew will get out of the way. So Ray will take it down. If you're interested in playing on Friday night stream, we still have spots available. The best way is Poker Atlas. You can also call the Texas Card House here and get on the list that way. But the best way is Poker Atlas. And if you're just thinking about it, if you're about 50-50, you should get on the list because it's a lot easier to get off the list than it is on the list. Because the spots do tend to fill up fast.
He has that show, bro, where it's like where he had like yeah, like to fall in love with him, like girls, like you know, kind of like that walking back in the day, that play and all those motherfuckers that he got into.
Tres Mentiras calling the $3. Jeffrey squeezing his cards,
Weird girls, where he had like a midget, he had like a
making the fold.
he had an Asian chick, a nice black chick, that she kind of looked like Ruby Rose, bro, that chick. Yeah, bro, like, she's funny, bro.
CC Drew with the best hand here in the cutoff. Ace Jack suited. Should be raising it up, and does.
You play a lot out there, bro?
Looks like 20.
Oh, you work? You do?
Raises it up to 20. Gets an immediate call from Ray. And looks like everybody makes the call here as we are going 5 ways to a flop.
Like high-low?
Yeah, a little bit. Depends. With gamblers, I do not work.
Yeah, I like playing.
The mystery card, Jeff has a 3, do not know what else he has, and that is why we're not able to see the percentages. CC Drew flopping top pair. Should be betting at least 50 here. Oh, Newbie making one of his peculiar plays. He's betting 40. CC Drew calling at least, might be raising as he has no hearts in his hand. Action still is on CC Drew. The camera for seats 1 and 2 are not working, so we are getting the side shot of seats 1 and 2 here. CC Drew does raise it up to 130. And Jeffrey makes the fold, so he did not have another 3 to go along with it. And Newbie will cut his losses and let it go.
Yeah. Every time he does, he's like, oh, no. He's like, I got killed. I got killed. Don't even ask. I got killed. Drew, how was your weekend and your week over there in Corpus? Shut the fuck up. So unlucky. Flop a straight.
So as soon as the board gets reset, we can still see the board. There, board gets reset, and let us see the chip counts. So CC Drew winning that last pot has 420 in his stack.
Yellow taco truck. Yeah.
Oh, y'all went to Saturday Expressway?
No, Tacos Todos.
Yeah, Tacos Todos.
Yeah, we were there. Pretty good. Yeah. This is like 2 more. Bro, we went to Wings and Rings. I didn't know it was a fucking Banda concert.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is this? I was like, what is this?
So under the gun straddle for RGV Striker, straddles it to 7. Newbie makes the call with the suited 2-gapper. And it is action now on RGV Striker. Just check. Thank you for the big red chubs. As we do see a queen high flop, 2 10s. Newbie with trips. Open ender for CC Drew. He does bet the open ender to the tune of $20. And what's Newbie gonna do? 2 clubs on the board. He's gonna put on a small raise. I don't think CC Drew is folding with his open ender.
What about that place next door?
No, the oak one. That's another one that has a banda and it gets fucking crazy fast.
Well, I like it, but not when I'm trying to.
What's up, buddy?
Blank on the turn. Newbie sliding out. Is that 75? Oh, there's $1 in there. Yeah, so it's going to be 71 instead of 75, as there was a dirty stack for Newbie there. Newbie with a dirty stack. That is not surprising. CC Drew. The board is paired, but he does make the call.
Shit, when there was shit like that back then. It was
And the clubs do get there.
you score like
What does Newbie do? Newbie checks. Oh, CC Drew announces all in. He's representing the flush, as he does have a club in his hand. Doesn't put his opponent on the flush. And let us see if he shows the bluff. He does show the bluff indeed. I like it. So nice play by CC Drew, as he missed this straight draw, but he represented the flush draw.
here.
And Newbie folds trips.
Nobody gives a fuck. We're gonna call you for it.
It's only you.
Doing the high hand today too?
Oh, is that 500?
It's still the jacks, whatever the fuck. No, but it's still when they do with the cards and shit.
I don't know.
Are they still doing the card thing? Actually, yeah. Yeah. You double it to win like 1,000.
They're not in there.
Nah, they do. They are. They're sure to. It's not Cobra's part. They don't take out. They don't take out the quad tens are at fucking 5,000.
There's no 10.
There's no 10 for like 3 months, bro. Then
Yeah,
all
so
of a
this
sudden,
action, the action is on a 15-minute delay. The commentating is live.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Bro,
Oh, Jeffrey with the Kings just makes the call.
Add all that other shit.
nah, I know.
Hoping somebody raises.
It's an underground.
Hoping somebody raises.
Quad 5? Who was it? Quad 5? Bro, they
RGV Striker's the last one who can raise, and he does not.
2,000-3,000.
So Jeffrey, under the gun +1, had the Kings limped to try to trap, and now he might get trapped by slow playing the Kings here. 6 ways to a flop, and it is 2 pair for Fletcher.
Bro, they started getting at
So Jeffrey's going to bet, pretty big bet here, only $18 in the pot, and he bets $40. He bets $50. That gets the attention of Fletcher here, who asked for a count and slides out the call.
No, it was. Oh, he did, right?
Jeffrey looking for a king or a 6.
That shouldn't be fair, bro. Like, honestly.
And he deals that game?
And it is a 5. Does Jeffrey slow down? No, Jeffrey bets $200, shows the Kings. Fletcher is out in front. Jeff looking for a king, a 5, or a 6. He has 5 outs available.
I'm covered. Fuck around, Ash.
Our next one is at, it's like at 4,000.
Ash.
So dealer getting the exact count to let the production crew know. You can see the dealer with the headphones on in constant contact with the production crew, letting them know exactly what the action is. So king, 5, or 6. If not, Fletcher is going to win the $800 pot. Full house for Fletcher. And Jeffrey getting his kings cracked.
Love you. Love you. I give you a
Mike Sexton used to have a saying, never go broke in a limped pot. And that was a limp pot there, as Jeffrey limped with the Kings under the gun +1. And he is going to have to rebuy. Minimum buy-in / rebuy, $300.
Yes, you will, right?
We do have, I believe, 3 tables on the main floor. Same structure, 1, 2. However, or same blind level, the structure a little bit different, as it is a $100 minimum buy-in on the main floor. So Jeffrey announcing 500. Do have a $10 button straddle from CCB. Not to be confused with CCD. CCD, that's like church related. Which reminds me of the joke. What's the difference between praying at church and praying at the poker table? At the poker table, you mean it. So ace queen for CC Drew. There was a $10 or is a $10 button straddle. And he's going to raise it up to 40, shorty. Frank with the quick call. I would imagine he has a pocket pair. Oh, Frank. Wow, Frank just calling here with ace king. CCB is not going to raise it up with the jacks. A lot of Frank's outs are getting folded here, as Jeff and CC Drew has an ace. But I can't see Frank getting away from this hand pre-flop. He's at least going to call. There's the call. So CCB going to have to avoid an ace, a king, or a queen, as we have ourselves a $374 pot. There's the queen. Looks like CC Drew checks it. Oh, CCB announcing all in, hoping that his opponents don't have a queen, but we could see he got trapped. Well, I think he got trapped. Waiting for CC Drew to make the call. He has top pair, top kicker, backdoor diamonds. Don't know if he's worried about Frank. I think if Frank wasn't in the hand, CC Drew would have already called. But CC Drew's thinking about folding. Definitely going through all the possibilities in his head. And CCB does not want to call here. He knows Frank has, he knows CC Drew has a queen taking this long. Oh, he announces fold. CC Drew folded.
God damn it! I knew it!
And you could hear CC Drew yelling, saying I knew it. But if he knew it, why didn't he call? So CC Drew put in his opponent on kings, making the fold. And CCB needling, announcing to the dealer to give CC Drew a rack.
No more. Bro, I don't fold that shit. I snapped his ass off.
You don't fold bottom pair, you want to fold top pair.
Ace kicker, top pair, ace.
So Fletcher cannot believe that CC Drew folded top pair. And I'm a little surprised as well. I'm sure these players have a lot of history. I'm sure that factored into it, as both of them live about 2 hours away. But they are here down in the Rio Grande Valley where the action is at the Texas Card House.
Bro, you taking that long, I did not fucking put this on me. What is it? I did not put you on fucking
$25 raise coming here from RGV Striker.
King? Or aces?
He was coffee on the all
ace high flop. Nobody with an ace. RGV striker with a continuation bet, and he will take it down.
He didn't know how he wanted to play those jacks. I saw they.
This is warm. Like this. Will that work?
So the two players
Yeah, move that.
from Corpus Christi in the green, and the two players whose name begin with an F also in the green, Fletcher and Frank.
Super tilt.
CC Drew, first to act, has the 9-3, will make the quick fold. Ace Queen for Ray, looks like a $25 raise.
I can't be showing you my moves, dog. And you're gonna go to corporate and fucking show us the guys over there.
And they're all gonna come
And they're
down
all
next
gonna
week.
come down next week.
RGV striker calling with the 9-3 of clubs. Just won the last hand with 6 high. Gonna try to win this hand with 9 high, and he does flop a 9.
We'll let y'all get 4 or 5 players.
RGV striker betting 35. Ray not ready to let go of his ace queen just yet. He will see at least one more card. Looked like a queen, but it is a king instead. He does pick up a straight draw to go along with his ace high. And looks like he's going to bet that straight draw. Does have the queen of hearts. There are 3 hearts on the board. And that's a pretty big bet here from Ray. Pot size bet from Ray, 125 into 124. And that's going to get RGV striker to fold the best hand.
Yeah, the owners of poker nights want to come. I'm start coming on.
Drew or what?
Not gonna make worse. Whiskey Wednesday.
Haircut every Wednesday?
We're gonna love what we're gonna go after.
It's gonna be a good one. Frank's coming with Frank. And then, bro,
So
I got Frank's first bucket of poker.
Phony Turgeson
You wanna come, Enos?
with a new screen name. Still has the
You gotta go change.
Camaro there, but
Doesn't it look like the starting shortstop?
is the car MMA guru.
You don't wanna look like a fucking yield sign or some shit.
Yes, we are back. We
30.
took a couple of weeks off. Wasn't by choice. Had some camera issues. We did have our first stream last Friday on the main channel, TCH Live Poker. This is the secondary channel, but we always stream on this channel on Wednesday nights. That is Texas Card House.
Work too much.
2 players with pocket pairs. No players with letters. Everybody with numbers. And it's going to be a set of 4s for Jeffrey, but Tres Mentiras flops a straight. So we're about to see another big pot. A casual $15 bet from Tres Mentiras here into the $150 pot. And Jeffrey going to be raising here with the set of 4s. I do like this raise as the sizings. It is on the small side, but he does want action here as he thinks he has the best hand. Normally, if you flop middle set, you're going to have the best hand, but that's not the case here. Oh, Tres Mentiras coming back over the top. And I think Jeffrey is either going to have to... Yeah, Jeffrey's going with his hand. Tres Mentiras makes the call. And I told you we were going to have a huge pot. 6 outs for Jeffrey. As this pot is going to be about a $1,000 pot. Let's see, 414. You're making the pot right. Jeffrey has about 400. Plus there was about 100 in. Yeah, so it's going to be about 9. Oh, there it is. Over 1,000. 5 deuce still out in front, and Tres Mentiras flopping ace straight. Jeffrey getting his kings cracked, and now flopping middle set and losing. Dealer going to count it down, make sure that Tres Mentiras has him covered. I believe he does, according to the graphics. So, RGV Striker let me know at the beginning of the stream that he is going to donate 50% of the winnings, 50% of what he wins tonight to the local university's student pantry, University of Texas RGV. But he's been very splashy. And I believe Jeffrey going to rebuy for 300.
Yeah, I thought he had like an 8 something. I did not put him on it.
So that win takes Tres Mentiras all the way to the top of the leaderboard as he is up over $500. CCB also almost up $500. And then CC Drew, Fletcher, and Frank, the other players in the green, everybody else in the red. Newbie down about $20 as he does straddle on the button. $10 button straddle from Newbie. Oh, so Phony Turgeson just updated his avatar as well. It's got a new car. Ace King for Tres Mentiras just won the last hand. Gonna try to make it 2 in a row. And he's going to hit top pair. CC Drew going to hit the flush draw. And we might see ourselves another big pot as Tres Mentiras puts out the continuation bet. Looks like 125. It is. CC Drew with the flush draw. Also has some backdoor straight draws. And he's going to be going all in here. Another $1,000 pot. And Tres Mentiras makes the call.
Hearts? Or just ace king?
CC Drew asking if Tres Mentiras has hearts. He does have one heart. He does have one of your outs.
Huh? What do you want to do? Seems fair. He acts nice.
All right, I believe they're going to run it twice. The dealer's just confirming. Yes, they are going to run it twice.
Heart.
Oh my god, I would have hit a fucking ball, bro.
So no heart.
Heart.
Straight draw now.
Heart.
No straight draw. So back-to-back $1,000 pots for Tres Mentiras with the fist pump.
Yeah.
And CC Drew, who folded ace-queen earlier on a queen-high board versus jacks, is going to look back at that hand and not be happy about it. Yeah, those kids need help. The student kids, the students at UTRGV, they need help. So what's the new car that you got there? I don't think I can make it out. It looks blue. CC Drew rebuying. Tres Mentiras up almost $1,000. Oh, CC Drew rebuying for $1,000. $300 is the minimum. There is no maximum, and he's going to get 2 stacks of green. RGV Striker raising it up to 40 with the suited connectors. I actually don't mind the raise, but I do not like the sizing, as there was a $10 straddle and 2 players calling the straddle. So you probably should have made it at least 60 here, because you do want some of these hands to fold. And we can see none of these hands are folding. They already had $10 in. It was another $30. And we are going to a $160 pot. Even CC Drew's in there with the 9-5. Fletcher hit in middle pair. We'll check to the aggressor. Gut shot for RGV Striker. He's going to bet 75 here. Also has backdoor diamonds. I don't think Fletcher's folding a pair, at least on the flop. Fletcher confirming the bet sizing. It is 75. And Fletcher, Fletcher folds. Show it. Come on, show it. He does not. Very surprised Fletcher folded. So RGV Striker trying to get back into the green. So let's remind CC Drew one more time about his fold. I'm not reminding him. Phony Turgeson's reminding him. So right now they are streaming on the main channel, TCH Live Poker from the Austin area. They're playing 5-5. And of course, we're streaming here on the secondary channel, Texas Card House. But we're within 10 viewers of each other. Be really cool if we can get more viewers than the main channel, as this is the secondary channel. There's over 50,000 subscribers to the main channel. There's about 2,000 subscribers to this channel. So I think it'd be pretty cool if we can get more viewers head to head with our counterparts there in Austin. I was actually just there in Austin at TCH Social in Austin this past weekend, and I just got back today. Actually got back yesterday. $7 live straddle for RGV Striker under the gun. So let's see if we can get some more views on the YouTube channel. Tres Mentiras with the 9s. 3 times 3 is 9. And he's going to raise it up to 20. Kind of a small sizing considering that it is a $7 under the gun straddle. Jeffrey immediately calls him with the suited ace. Ray does the same with the 2 letters. And Frank needs to size this up. Frank needs to go, I like 150. I know it sounds like a huge size, but I like 150. Frank likes 115. Really putting pressure here on Tres Mentiras. Going to be hard to call with the 9s with 2 players left tack behind you, but keep in mind, a lot of things have been going right for him tonight as he's up about $1,000. So let's see if he puts those chips to work here. No, he's going to let it go. And I don't know if these other players are going to let it go. So Frank getting the best hand to fold. Might get a worst ace to call here, as Jeffrey does have the suited ace. Does look very pretty. And he's a little mesmerized with it right now as he's cutting out some call-in chips. Seeing how much he's going to have left in his stack as he is in. This is his 3rd buy-in. So even though you should always play the same if it's your first buy-in or 3rd buy-in, normally players are going to play a little bit different. And Jeffrey is going to make the call. And this might price in Ray, as Ray will be closing off the action. And it does indeed price in Ray. Frank making sure he still has the ace-king of hearts, and he does, as we go 3 ways to a $375 pot. And Frank's going to hit his ace. Jeffrey's going to get in trouble. Ray has a gut shot. Frank has $436 left in his stack, so either an all-in or about half pot. What would half pot be? 175? 140? Jeffrey's going all in, and like I said, he's in trouble. Frank's going to make the call, and Jeffrey's going to need to hit a 4. Believe they're going to go twice. So Jeffrey going to need a 444, 44, 44. They're running it twice. A straight draw. Oh, he hits the straight. He hits the straight. His 4 is still available. Chop it up. You can only get lucky once. Jeffrey gets lucky the first time, and he will be chopping up the pot. So chop pot, Frank gets the extra dollar, being in the worst position.
Yeah, you have to show.
I know some players like to run it twice, but I myself personally always run it once. Can only get lucky once.
What's up, Easy?
Jeffrey down over $800. Ray down $361. Of course, that's the area code for Corpus Christi. As we have 2 players from the body of Christ joining us tonight. Did RGV Striker raise? This is a really small raise. I don't know what he has. Okay. He raises 35 with the aces. CC Drew with the kings. He announces 3-bet. Oh, Ray moves all in here, and RGV Striker might be getting a gift for the kids. What a cooler here for CC Drew. CC Drew does have 2 outs. What? Is that right? Did he have aces and just folded aces?
I got something.
Did RGV Striker just fold aces? Did I see right? According to the software, RGV Striker folding aces.
What'd you have?
So he's saying that he had a suited ace, ace of diamonds. I mean, that makes more sense. Every once in a while, the card reader picks something up wrong, and I do believe that it picked something up wrong. It did pick up an ace of diamonds, and he did say he had a suited ace, but it was not aces. You can see this hand taking place at 8:53. At 8:53 at the 15-minute delay. And that takes us to 9:08. We are currently 9:08 Texas time, Central time. And Ray's going to have to rebuy. He's back for $400. As action is on Jeffrey. Yeah, so something wrong on the card reader. Every once in a while, it'll pick up a wrong hand. That was the case there. RGV Striker did have the ace of diamonds, but did not have the ace of hearts. You do see it happen every once in a while on the community cards where it'll read something wrong, and when that happens, it's actually not a huge deal because we're able to see that it read it wrong, and a lot of times the production crew will correct it. And even if they don't correct it, we know that the card reader picked up something wrong. So card reader picking everything up right there. It's the 7 deuce 4 2 diamonds. Top pair for Tres Mentiras. CCB with a combo draw here. Might be raising it up. Looks like he's just going to call with his straight draw and flush draw. Also has the overcard with the ace. And no need to wait for the diamond. He gets there right away. And he's going to check. Hoping his opponent improves here. Tres Mentiras. Checking again. And CCB gonna have to bet very big or very small. I think 60 is the max Tres Mentiras is gonna call. Two overcards come in, but they're the 8 and the 9. They're not an ace or a king, so Tres Mentiras might get curious here, and I wouldn't blame him. Like I said, I think 60 is the most he was going to call, and that is the amount that CCB settled on. I think he would have called 50 for sure, but I think 60 is the most. And let us see if he indeed makes the call. He does flick in the call. And very nice value bet there from CCB. Max value. Checked back the flush on the turn. And got his opponent to make the curiosity call on the river. Action's going to be on Newbie. Newbie down $44 has been a very swingy session for him. He's actually on his third buy-in, actually second buy-in. Added on once, rebought a second time. CC Drew raising it up. Quick call from Ray. Fletcher does the same. And CCB, who just hit an ace-high flush, has a suited ace once again. RGV Striker raising it up. I don't like the sizing, just because you kind of want to thin out some of the field here with sixes. But pretty much everybody's going to call him, and he's going to need to hit a 6 to feel comfortable. Instead, it's going to be king high with 2 diamonds. Huge flop for CC Drew. I like a check raise here from CC Drew. Let's see if he agrees. He does not. He's going to put out a small bet of $50. RGV Striker calls, drawn, dead. He can actually go runner straight. 4 or 5. Okay, now he is drawn dead. Nope. He could hit a 3. Nope, he can't hit a 3. Never mind. Drawn officially dead. And CC Drew with the sneaky check here. RGV Striker not going to be getting these chips back. RGV Striker, that is his online video game name. When he was a kid growing up, was doing the online gaming. RGV Striker 24. And he's about to lose. Oh, he's about to lose, I think, a bigger pot. Does CC Drew bet again? CC Drew announces all in. RGV Striker made a very good fold early on. Let's see if he's going to be able to make another good fold. In general, people do not fold full houses, especially in the lower stakes. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 5. In general, people do not fold full houses. RGV Striker really thinking about it. Flush draw did miss. Does he make the hero call? Very nice bet by CC Drew, by the way, here on the river. And as told you, people normally do not fold full houses. RGV Striker makes the call, loses all his chips. And RGV Striker going to have to go to the ATM machine.
Turn the CV out. Turn the CV
Jumped up
out.
immediately. Made a beeline to the ATM. So if you are a student at the University of Texas RGV and you use the student pantry to help out with food, well, this month I don't think you're going to get a lot of help, as RGV Striker was going to donate half his winnings to the student pantry. Although he still has the opportunity, we still have over 2 hours to go in the stream, as we do have a dealer change. So CC Drew playing that hand. Very nice. Checking it on the turn. And then going all in on the river.
Huh? Yeah.
So dealer change.
Yeah. Come on in.
And RGV Striker with the rebuy. He's back for 500.
Yeah, come inside. Come.
You can see he's down over. He's down 900.
Making an appearance.
So this is live commentating, and I am here in the same building. I have played with most of these players, and I do think that helps out in the commentating and the fact that I kind of have an idea on how they're going to play. But also, more importantly, I'm not afraid to say if I feel like they made a bad play. And I have noticed on other streams that sometimes the commentators can be a little too complimentary on the players, even if a player makes a very bad play. And I think maybe that's because the commentators might not be commentating from that location, or the commentators might not know the players, or maybe they just want to be nice. And I'm not trying to be mean when I critique somebody's play, but a lot of the times it's basically how I feel. Like if somebody makes a good play, I'm going to say they made a good play, just like CC Drew made a good play right now. But when he folded the ace-queen earlier on the queen-high board, I said he made a bad play. So ace-high flop, tres mentiras with the ace-king, won a big hand with it earlier. There was a club in San Antonio. I don't know if they still stream, but I would sometimes watch it, and it was like some of the plays were like borderline hideous. I mean, just beyond terrible. The commentators would be like, "Oh well, he just got unlucky." Yeah, that's right, Cajun Nation back in the box. And we do have a $10 under the gun straddle. Frank raising it up, looks like 40. Or is it 30? Maybe 30. Ace King making a return. Yes, it is 40. And Ray going to be making the call with the 9-6. Big lick versus big slick. And that is a big flop for Frank. Does he get tricky? No, he's not going to get tricky. I thought he should have got tricky there just because he flopped the world. Top pair with the nut flush draw. So it looks like Matty G's going to try to play on the stream. I know he used to live down here in the Rio Grande Valley. He lives up in St. Anthony now. or as they say in Spanish, San Antonio.
Yeah, like every other Monday.
No, every third Monday.
Yeah, he's not a big visitor.
$15 raise from 3,
Fletcher raising it up to 15 under the gun. RGV Striker
Every day, lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
raising it up, put it on the 3-bet with the 10-8
Let's fucking sit down.
of diamonds. This is an interesting raise by RGV Striker. Ray calling with the 7-6 of diamonds. So between the two of them, they have a straight flush. Oh, top pair for RGV Striker, middle pair for Fletcher. And Fletcher going to bet 40 into the $106 pot. RGV Striker quickly cutting out the 40, makes the call. And Ray, who needs an 8 for a straight, will also make the call.
20, 20.
Big turn for Ray as he has a straight flush draw. But RGV Striker has the bigger flush. I like a big size up from RGV Striker here.
50.
I like at least the $200 raise. How much does he have in his stack? Okay. I said I like a big raise, and RGV Striker does indeed put in that big raise. And Ray going to be making the call with his straight flush draw. 3 of diamonds would be gross. Ray's already reaching for rebuy chips. Ray's already reaching for money. And it's going to be a 7. RGV Striker going to win this pot with a 10. So the 10 for RGV Striker going to win the $660 pot. Pretty evil hand for RGV Striker. Don't forget, we are live on the YouTube chat. We are live on the YouTube chat. I do realize we're streaming on multiple platforms, streaming on the Facebook, streaming on Twitch, streaming on a couple of other platforms. The only access that I have comments to are on YouTube.
Right here. Straight. Straight. 10 on the button. 500 on. 10 button. Call 2. 3 makes it 30. 4 fold, 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 fold, 8 fold. Yeah, thank you. 30. Fold, 7 fold, 8 fold. 9 call, 12 call. And 2 call.
So it looks like they punched something in wrong because I don't think there's a $100 raise. But there is definitely a raise. As Ray's rebuy will arrive.
4 players.
6 high flop, 2 heart. You can see the camera still trying to get focused.
2 checks. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're cleaning up the raise here.
Yeah, 10. It's a call and it's 30 around.
Fletcher flopping 2 pair.
3 and 9.
Yes, it was a $30 raise.
10.
$30 raise pre-flop.
Sixes.
I did.
Oh, you said Jack is 10.
Jack and 10. I said he could also do that with 6 and 7.
It was your lead out on the flop.
Oh, you thought he had diamonds?
The fact that I didn't raise the flop.
He did have diamonds.
No, I know, but you thought, like, you knew, like, you felt like he had
No,
diamonds.
I
or-
thought that he thought that I thought that
You be making the call here with just ace high,
Get the fuck-
as it is a 6 high board, 2 hearts. Oh, Newbie has hearts, and Newbie hits the hearts.
or else
Fletcher now has a straight draw to go along with. So it is not the queen of hearts, it is the six of hearts. Not the queen of hearts, the six of hearts. I mentioned the card reader sometimes read it something wrong, but it is the six of hearts. And you be just making the call here with the nuts. Fletcher does miss his straight, so that should save him some money. How much is Newbie going to bet? 410 in the middle. And he's going to bet 150. Oh, Fletcher makes the call with the tray. And Newbie getting his river bet paid off. Fletcher's paying it off. Let us know in the chat where you are watching from tonight. I know we have people from all over Texas, all over the U.S., and all over the world watching. All around the world, statues crumble for me. Fletcher making the call. There is a $10 straddle. Ray put it on the $10 straddle. CCB raising it up, but only to 30 with the queen 10 offsuit. Ray going to make the call. Fletcher going to go all in. Quick fold from CCB. And Ray does the same. So Fletcher takes it down. $63 win from Fletcher.
I don't play buttons. He don't play fucking big blinds. What's going on? Hey, breaking in half.
So Tres Mentiras joining us tonight from Brownsville. So the three players who drove the furthest to get here are the three players leading the way. So about an hour drive to Brownsville. That is where Tres Mentiras lives. That is part of the Rio Grande Valley. And then not part of the Rio Grande Valley, we have Corpus Christi. And so depending on how fast you drive and what part of Corpus you're coming from, I mean, probably just under 2 hours. As I said, let us know in the chat where you're watching from tonight so we give you a shout out. CC Drew with the ace king just calling the $10. Fletcher putting on the raise with the 5 high. And here comes the back raise from CC Drew. Should make it 180. He's asking for a count, see how much Fletcher has in his stack, and based upon that number, that's gonna get him to go all in. Did Fletcher call with 5 high? Fletcher just wants to go once. He has 5 high. Fletcher just wants to go once. Check this out, folks. We got ourselves an all-in pre-flop with 5 high. Oh, they're going twice. They're going twice. So Fletcher with 5 high only has 3 outs. So Fletcher gonna need a 4 or a 5. There's the 4. CC Drew gonna need an ace on the river, and they're gonna chop it up. So Fletcher with the 5 high, wanting to go once. He knows you can only get lucky once. And Drew with the ace king did have the larger stack.
Everybody else, I already know what I'm
Convinced
gonna do.
Fletcher to go twice.
Yeah.
They run it twice.
I'm gonna do before
And it is a chopped pot.
anybody shows, I'll fucking call it.
TV time.
Oh, nice play.
7 from
We did all that shit for $15.
Lucky 7 from 4. Good entertainment, man. For 80. $7
So we do have a button straddle, I believe, to $6 or $7. 6 for sure. I think it's 7. It is 7. Action on CC Drew. Calling with the Jack Deuce suited. Frank will check his option. And we will go 5 ways to a flop. All it, aces. Nobody with an ace. Newbie gonna take a shot here. This shot might work. Bets $15. Nobody calls, and he will take it down with 10 high.
Hey. Nice eyes. Got that shit quick. Yeah.
$10 button straddle coming from
Watch me,
CCB,
motherfucker.
or as they call him in Corpus Christi, hot dog.
Fucking 8 in the morning. Thinking you know how to golf. Every fucking day. They've been doing that shit for a year and they still don't know how to golf.
So it's going to be $10 to go for RGV Striker. He lets it go. Tres Mentiras calls the $10 with the
They all got their pants
suited
down
one
and
gapper.
crazy shit. I've already seen your ass like 10 times.
CC Drew in seat 1
Yeah, but
folds the 9 high. Ray coming along, as does Frank. Frank with the suited ace. A little surprised he did not raise from the cutoff there.
what? What is that?
It's going to be an 8 high flop, so Ray flopping top pair. Tres Mentiras flopping middle pair. And Frank, does Frank have a flush draw? Frank with a flush draw and a straight draw. It's a black card, but it is a spade.
They won 1,500?
Ray was still the best hand with the 8. And Ray's going to be betting again. This time Ray sliding out. $50. Quick call from Frank. And heads up to the river we go. You can see Frank's outs on the top there. And Frank is going to miss. Ray going to wind up with trips. And Ray will bet $100.
What's 80s and 90s like?
Frank cannot call here. But he is reaching for chips.
70s, 80s,
Is he thinking about raising?
oh, like me. Tiger Hood?
Or is he thinking about making a hero call here with ace high? He's holding all the outs in his hand. You want your opponent to miss clubs. He has clubs. You want your opponent to miss a straight draw. He has an ace and a 3, so if he's thinking about making a hero call here, I don't think this is a very good candidate. But he is indeed. Oh, he makes the hero call with ace high. And as Tina Turner says, we don't need another hero. So Frank gonna see the 3 8s.
Still alive?
What's up? I didn't recognize you. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. No, I was like, that's him? And I was like, no, that's not him.
It's a beard.
It's the beard.
So Frank
Firstly done.
now down $39 after making that hero call.
I don't know what.
So, we're going to go at 10:30.
Y'all were there or what?
When keeping it real goes wrong.
I'm already in boots. Said I'm already in boots. I'm already in boots.
CC, you're just making the call with the natural 9.
King and run a 1. Let's scoop.
Frank folding the ace. Tres Mentiras making the call. Jeffrey with the 8s. Wow, both the small blind and the big blind with pocket pairs just calling the $3. Very, very surprising play there. And it's going to be CCB who has bottom pair going to be putting out the bet. And both the small blind and the big blind
Ma'am.
who have the pocket pair will be making the call.
Dos, tres. The cherry grape. The grapefruit like trecha, chamoy, and all that. Very good.
Diamond coming on the turn.
Y'all don't have that shit over there.
And it's going to go check around. And CCB going to river 2 pair. And he should be putting out, I like a $65 bet here. Okay, he bets 50. And quick folds from everybody. And he will show the 10 deuce.
Drew had ace king and he was so scared to go one.
Bro, I was looking out for you, also.
You knew I had a garbage hand and you don't
I
want me to
thought
get
you were
lucky
strong
out
as
here.
fuck. You snapped like you were fucking at Queen Jacks and shit. Had 4 or 5 off. So, fuck. And then he goes there like, I gotta go.
Why
And
you
then he
do
turned
it?
over his hand like, what the fuck?
So let's see if we have a straddle this hand.
Let you reach for the chip.
No straddle this hand, just your normal 1-3.
Honestly? Combo? No.
Don't forget, if you are here in the Rio Grande Valley, Ray with the Kings. Under the gun +1, just makes the call. Fletcher with the 5-6, raising it up. CCB makes the call. Tres Mentiras does the same, and how big is this 3-bet going to be? I like at least 50, maybe 65. Let us see what Ray decides upon. Ray decides upon 80. Is Fletcher going to call here with 6 high? He's seeing how much in chips he has. Oh, Fletcher's making the call with 6 high. Fletcher does have a reputation.
Oh, you need to get one of those fucking things. Huh?
So Ray does not want to see an ace. All spades. It goes check, check. Check, check again. And the spades do arrive. Ray will show his kings. And Fletcher's very lucky he did not hit a 5 or a 6 on the turn. Only loses the $80.
I didn't think I either. I don't like them. I don't either.
Yeah, so just before the hand I was mentioning that we do have a big tournament going on this weekend here in the Rio Grande Valley. So if you are in the Rio Grande Valley or know of anybody who is, make sure you remind them about the Bankroll Builder. $125 entry, $25K guaranteed prize pool. Flights going on right now.
I swear to God, bring your load.
Oh man, from way good.
I don't like you either.
So action is on Ray. Action is on Ray.
I'll go with this one. After that, you got like a dog hair on it. Hey, now you got it on the chair.
So action is on Ray. Had the kings last hand, has the queen deuce this hand. Fletcher with the 4s. Makes it 40, perhaps a tell. Tres Mentiras calling with the Queen Jack of Hearts. And we are going heads up. Fletcher puts out 50 as a continuation bet. Tres Mentiras making the call. And Fletcher hitting a full house on the turn. Does he slow down? He does not. This time betting 125. And Fletcher will show the full house.
They do that for me. They do my force. They do that for me. And then they'll just get the product. Like, nah, dog.
So do we ever host the tournament with no rematch? So essentially a freeze out. Essentially a freeze out. And I don't have the schedule in front of me. I know we used to do a Friday night freeze out. I know we have in the past. I don't know if we have any freeze outs scheduled. But most of these, well, basically anything that has a guaranteed nowadays is going to be a rebuy or re-entry. Because people like the guaranteed prize pool. People like freeze outs as well, but they like the guaranteed prize pool more. Four ways we go to a flop, as it's going to be 10 high with 2 diamonds. It's going to be a set for CCB, bottom set, and he does check it, hoping that somebody makes the bet here. And it's a pretty big bet, $50 bet. Just like a smooth call here. He's going to be raising it. Figures his opponent likes his hand, putting out such a big bet. Turns out Jeffrey was just bluffing, and he will make the quick fold. You have the 3 of diamonds in your hand. That's one of the reasons why I like just the call. And it was going to be heads up once you made the call, because Jeffrey folded everybody else out. But everybody's an expert after the hand. I'm sure you've seen it at the poker table before. At the end of the hand, the players roll over their hand, and they're like, "Oh, well, you should have checked here. You should have bet here." And real easy when you know what the players have. As I said, I know we used to have a Friday freeze out, but now that became a Friday free roll. And that does have a guarantee on it. But like I said, in general, anytime you see a guarantee on a tournament, it's going to be a rebuy or a re-entry. Fletcher with the ace-queen gets a call from the queen-jack of Jeffrey. And going to get a call from the queen-jack of Ray. So Fletcher in great shape here. Oh, CC Drew making the call here with the tray. And now Fletcher in terrible shape, as both his opponents have a club. And CC Drew has bottom pair. Tiny $10 bet from Ray here. $192 in the pot. That's going to get a fold from Fletcher. Jeffrey will make the call as the CC Drew, who has the best hand right now. And Ray's going to hit his flush. It looks like he's going to put out a $50 bet this time. Jack high flush for Jeffrey. The ace beats him. The queen also beats him. The king is on the board. I think you call here. He disagrees. You basically have the third nuts as the king is accounted for. I actually think you should have called there. And I see their cards. But I'm sure you've seen it a lot at the poker table. Sometimes you can make the wrong move at the right time. Yeah, I do know they've added weekly tournaments here at the Texas Card House Rogram Valley. There is the Friday free roll, which normally gets about 50 people. Once again, that is rebuy re-entries. Then there is a PLO free roll now, and they're doing a bomb pot tournament as well. Everybody limping. Limping is pimping. 6 ways we go to a flop. And you can see the card reader picking up something wrong. There's 2 aces on the board. So Ray with trip aces, and Ray's going to check it.
I'm expecting you to make your ace.
Heart coming on the turn. Frank leading here with the 8. Tres Mentiras with the hearts makes the call. So that 4 of diamonds is actually the ace of hearts. No, the deuce. Yeah, the deuce of hearts is actually the ace of hearts. So the trip aces for Ray. Gonna get the win.
Here's your blade.
I didn't touch that. You let me know. That's what you were doing the whole time. I know where it goes. I didn't touch it. I don't know where it is.
You don't know where it goes? Oh, well, why don't you ask?
As I said earlier, let us know where you are watching from on the YouTube comments. We'll give you a shout out. Looks like Fletcher going to put a straddle out. 10 to go. Action will start to the left of the straddle, so action does start on the small blind. This is not a quote-unquote Mississippi straddle, not a Hard Rock straddle, just the normal.
Yeah, I gotta tap. You know what? Look.
Normal straddle. Action started to the left. Action is on Frank. And he has the suited Motown. 7s for CCB, going to be calling for sure, might be raising. Actually, like just the call here. You don't want to build a pot out of position. Jeffrey's card's getting exposed at 10-6. CC Drew just calling with the queens. I do not understand this play. He was trying to trap Fletcher. That's what he was trying to do, and looks like he's going to trap Fletcher here. So first I didn't understand it, but then I realized what he was doing. All right. He should be raising here, especially with somebody else calling. Yeah, he's going to raise it up to at least 200, probably 300. So CC Drew calling with the queens from the hijack. It was a butted straddle, just called, was trying to trap Fletcher, and he was able to trap him. Now Fletcher might get out of this trap, as he does have an opportunity to hit a king.
Whatever you call it. I called it last night. I'm telling you, I'm a flop set. Fletcher's on 4.
All right, they're going twice.
God dang, I got one on 200.
Alright, once, not
They are going twice. Let's see if Fletcher's able to get out of the trap.
Who folded a queen? King. King or queen?
Fletcher needed a king. Fletcher needed a queen or a king. All right. So CC Drew winning the first run out. And Fletcher hitting a 10. Fletcher needs a king or a 10.
Nice hand.
And CC Drew calling the button straddle from the hijack, hoping that Fletcher raised, and Fletcher did raise. They get it all in, run it twice, and CC Drew is now up $1,300 for the stream. So we do have a good amount of people watching from the Corpus Christi area. Just to remind you about the big tournament we have going on right now at the Texas Card House. $125 entry, $25K guaranteed. We have 2 flights today, 2 flights tomorrow, 2 flights on Saturday, and 1 last turbo flight on Sunday. Final table will be streamed.
You had a club also? No.
CC Drew with the King Jack this time.
Yeah, we're running one.
And he's going to raise it up to 15. Fletcher has rebought. Oh, Ray with the aces. Fletcher announces call. Yeah, Fletcher rebuying for 300 as he has 7-8 of clubs. And I think Drew's getting priced in. He does close the action. And we're going 3 ways to $184 pot. 60 times 3 is 180, plus the blind should be 184, I believe. There it is. And Fletcher flops open-ended. Ray puts out the continuation bet. Fletcher goes all in. Ray going to be making the call. And it's about 50-50 here. 60-40. 5 or a 10 for Fletcher. Fletcher picking up more outs. And Fletcher going to miss. So Fletcher just rebuying, gets it all in the very next hand. And we'll rebuy once again. And let's see if that win gets Ray unstuck. Ray's still stuck. Yeah, like I said, we do have 2 players from Corpus Christi, so I'm sure we got everybody at Bay 361, one of the local card clubs there, watching in. Somebody watching from the west side. But if you're in the South Texas area, Rio Grande Valley, Corpus Christi, Laredo, we do have a big tournament going on this weekend right here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. Final table will be streamed. Final table will be streamed. $125 is the entry fee. $25K is the guarantee. Bankroll Builder, Texas Card House RGV. CCB raising it with the suited connectors. Jeffrey Collin with the suited connectors. 2 overs and a gut shot for Jeffrey as he will check to the pre-flop raiser. CCB, the B standing for Brandon. He puts out about a pot-sized bet here. Going to be hard for Jeffrey to call. But looks like he's cutting out chips to do just that. Actually has 3 overcards here. Can hit a king, a queen, or a jack. The jack will make him the straight. Jeffrey making the call, wanting to see some paint. It is an ace that might slow down CCB. CCB does check it back. Jeffrey gonna miss. Flush did arrive. Oh, and Jeffrey representing that flush. So big bluff here from Jeffrey. Can CCB figure it out here? He is asking for a count. I'm a little surprised CCB checked back the turn because he did pick up a flush draw. But he is thinking about calling here. Figures his opponent has the nuts or nothing here. 185. He's reaching for chips, and Jeffrey does not like this. Trying to get a read on his opponent here. I believe he's cut out the call. Needs to slide it forward. He's trying to get a read from his opponent. This is a good bet by Jeffrey, but a better call by CCB with the 9. So let's see if Jeffrey's going to rebuy.
Barrels, table 9. How much?
He is going to rebuy. He's back for 300 as he is down over 1,000. So the 2 players from the Corpus Christi area taking it to the Rio Grande Valley tonight. As I might have to organize a road trip for the Rio Grande Valley players to go up to Corpus Christi so we can return the favor. All right, who's in, guys? I got an RV. Who's in from the Rio Grande Valley? We'll make a little weekend trip up to Corpus Christi. We'll go see the Selena statue and take their money. Yeah, it was a nice call. It was also a nice bet by Jeffrey. It's a nice bet by Jeffrey, but sometimes your opponent's going to make a better play. The only problem with the card clubs there in Corpus, I don't think they have parking for an RV. They got small parking lots there. Big flop for RGV Striker here as he flops 2 overcards and a flush draw. Ray with the set of 4s. Fletcher with top pair. Did Fletcher say all in? Oh, Fletcher said all in. We're going to have ourselves a $2,000 pot here, folks. Ray has a set of 4s. He's not folding. And he has over 1,000 in his stack. So this is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be a $2,000 pot once it's all said and done. $857 is the total, so 857 times 2, 1,600 plus Fletcher's 300. So yeah, just under 2,000. Ray with a set of 4s, granted it's bottom set, but this is Hold'em. He just wants to make sure here as he is in for, this is, I believe Ray has bought him for 3 times, so he's just making sure. I mean, you can't fold a set here. RGV Striker moving all in for $850. Ray is actually thinking about this with bottom set, but he's going to make the call. Just wants to double check, as he is in for a couple of buy-ins tonight. Sometimes you start second guessing yourself, and that's just what Ray's doing here, but I think he's going to come to the proper conclusion, and that's going to be a call. There's the call. Yeah, there's the call. Yeah, over a $2,000 pot here. Just your normal 1-3 game here in the Rio Grande Valley. Fletcher going to need a lot of help. Fletcher can go runner straight. What's going to be a good turn card here? Let's go with a 6 of clubs. 6 of clubs. Six of clubs or jack of clubs? Oh, Quadzilla! Just like that, it is over. Oh, and the high hand. That's going to be good for the high hand as well. And RGV Striker is done. So if you're a student at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and you rely on the pantry for food, RGV Striker is not going to be making a donation tonight. So we do have a seat open on the stream table. Over a $2,000 pot heading to Ray. And now Ray will slide in between the two players from the Coastal Bend area. I know that Drew lives on Oso Bay. I don't know where Brandon lives. So we do have a seat open, and keep in mind, if you're thinking about playing on Friday's stream, we still have some seats available. As a matter of fact, now is the time to sign up, because once this stream ends, I can almost guarantee you it's going to fill up. Ace King for Drew, under the gun, coming in for a raise. Fletcher calling with the King Jack of Hearts. Jeffrey also making the call.
No, like celebrity.
Oh, like you, yeah. Yeah, for Franklin.
All right, 3 players.
4 high flop. Jeffrey flopping an open ender, and he's going to check, as does Drew and Fletcher. To the turn we go, board pairing, as Jeffrey now picks up clubs, and he will bet his combination draw here. Bet in 35, and that's going to get a call from Drew's ace high. And Jeffrey's going to get there with his flush. Oh, well, that's why Jeffrey's running bad. He's got an unlucky hoodie on. So seat open on the stream table. You got some new swag in the store, TexasCardHouse.com. Got some new hoodies available. Got some pretty unique colors available online.
You didn't take it outside when you went outside?
So we are 8-handed now. RGV Striker gonna leave here and go find himself a sauna. Try to sweat out the run bad. Ray with the suited cards will make the call. Fletcher does the same. Frank not at his seat.
That's a club that you play at or what?
Yeah.
They work at?
I do there, yeah.
Yeah, there's the Bay 361 Poker Club hat.
May 361. It's pretty good, bro. Where? Yeah.
I've been to the other poker house there, but I've seen photos of the Bay 361. Is there RV park in there? Because if there is, we'll load up some players here from the RGV player and make the trip up. Four ways to a flop we go. Nintendo $64 in the middle, and a 6 and a 4 do arrive on the flop as Fletcher flops a flush, CCB with a pair and a straight flush draw, but it is Ray betting his straight. Cooler. Somebody flopping a flush, somebody flopping a straight, somebody flopping a straight flush draw. Fletcher does not like that spade, but Ray is not letting up. Ray with the worst hand here is drawing dead, and he's the one betting. Oh, that's actually the jack of clubs. Yeah, the bet from Ray makes more sense now. That's the jack of clubs. Oh, is that the 4? No, that's the 4 of clubs. Normally the camera zooms in and I'm able to see the suits pretty good. But Fletcher will get the win. Jose saying he knew the Cajun Asian would deal some heat. Fuego!
That's it. Bad me.
And I will say, if you've played poker long enough, sometimes you tend to run better with certain dealers.
Oh, he doesn't even know, right?
And sometimes it just might be in your mind, but sometimes you might run worse with certain dealers. And if you feel that way, then that is the time when you take your break. That's the time that you either take a smoke break or you run to the bathroom or you go and grab something to eat. I think a lot of times it becomes one of those self-fulfilling prophecies where you feel like you run bad with a certain dealer, so you kind of get into your own head. So like I said, if you think that way or if you feel that way, then when you see a dealer sit down, that is your chance to take a break for a bit. As I said, let us know in the YouTube comments where you're watching from. We will give you a shout out. So it looks like Hot Dog going to be taking down that pot. CCB up 800. CC Drew up 1,200. Ray with over 2,000 in his stack.
Oh, there he is.
But he is in for a lot of it. All right, looks like we do have somebody taking the seat. All right, I know who that is, but I don't know what name he's going to choose for the stream.
You order it. Order it. The next one, just order it.
Everybody limping here as we go 5 ways to a flop with 2 aces. Straight draw for Jeffrey. Pair for Ray. And looks like everybody's just checking out. Big bet here from Jeffrey. All right, so somebody take in RGV striker seat 6. We're going to need an exact count. They need to slide the chips forward there. We're going to need to get an exact count. All right, here we go. So high hand. Ray did hit the high hand. And he gets to choose the joker. And he's going to win. He's going to get fooled by the joker. All right, so yes, indeed, it is Bull in seat 6. He's in for 1,080.
Service table 9, 10 on the button.
So if you're looking for a Toyota, Bull is a works at the local Toyota dealership. Jeffrey with the ace queen suited. Just calls the $10 straddle from Fletcher. But CC Drew's going to raise it up to 30. And it looks like Jeffrey's just going to make the call again. So Jeffrey playing this hand very, very passive. But he's going to flop an ace. CC Drew going to flop a flush draw. And we might see ourselves a big pot. Is Jeffrey reaching for 200 here? Jeffrey reaching for 2 stacks. 180. And CC Drew making the call with his flush draw. How much does Jeffrey have left? 155? So whatever he bets, it's going to get called. Goes all in. CC Drew pretty much pot committed. He does make the call. It's less than 100. So bad turn for CC Drew. No longer able to hit the ace of diamonds. He loses an out when the board pairs. But he's going to make the call here. Looking for a diamond.
Diamond.
Oh.
And, of course, the rich get richer.
Let him bet.
So CC Drew taking down the pot as we do have a dealer change. So how much is that going to take CC Drew stack to? It's going to take it to 2,800. He's up 1,600 for this 1-3 stream. We got Ashley coming in. That starts with the letter A. And Jeffrey going to be rebuying.
Hey. Yeah, fix your hair, partner. I got you. Let me see.
You brought me flag from there.
That was a good round for you.
So it looks like we got somebody else watching from the Corpus Christi area. Hashtag Westside Barbecue. Never heard of that place, but we'll put it on the list next time we're up. So Corpus Christi basically located between the Rio Grande Valley and San Antonio, as we are 3 hours directly south of San Antonio. Corpus Christi right on the coast.
Take it back to the start. I didn't like it, sir. I didn't like the way it fit. Sir, we saw you on YouTube using it, sir, one time.
A lot of good fishing just north of Corpus in the Aransas Pass area. If you are DTF down to fish.
And then he just walks away.
King Jack of clubs just calling the straddle as this bull. Tres mentiras with the suited ace. Thinking about raising, but he will think better of it and just makes the call. Jeffrey, who's in for about 3 or 4 buy-ins, makes the call with the Queen 8.
Bitch, guess who I saw? That's one bunny who I just ran into. And he told me you better not tell.
CC Drew taking it up to 75 with the suited ace queen. I do like this raise. Punish the limpers. Quick fold from Frank. And it looks like everybody else is going to fold as well. Still should pick up about $50 with this raise and take.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah, he's going to pick up $50 with the raise and take. So not bad, risking 75 to win 50. Can't go broke with small wins.
Where? Running? Running? And you put it.
So both Fletcher and Jeffrey down over 1,000. We have 3 players up. Excuse me, we have 4 players up over 700. And we do have a button straddle coming here from the dealer from Bay 361 known as Hot Dog.
Sit out there in the fucking sun way at the beach way all day drinking and all that. Oh, bro, I used to be able to do that shit, bro. Yeah.
Another $75 raise coming from Drew. Has the same hand. Ace Queen. This time it's not suited. But this time he only picks up $21.
I'm losing. I would have called it. What was it? What did he raise it? How much? 75? Another 200 each? Another 200? Hey.
So I don't think we have a straddle this hand. Hopefully we're picking up some viewers from Austin, as their stream just finished 15 minutes ago. So if you're just joining us from the Austin stream, welcome to the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. We are one of 6 Texas Card House locations located in the great state. There's 2 locations in the North Texas area, one in the city of Dallas, which does stream, and one right next door in the city of Urban, TCH Las Colimas. Then there's 2 in East Texas, one in the city of Houston, which does stream, and one just north of Houston in the city of Spring. One in South Texas, that's us, Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley, and then the original in the Austin area, actually the city of Austin. They're in the city limits of Austin, TCH Social Austin. Open ender for Bull with the 2 overcards, Fletcher with middle pair. So Bull raising it with his 2 overcards and open ender. Fletcher making the call with the best hand. Fletcher still with the best hand, going to check it over to the aggressor. And Bull's going to continue on with the aggression, betting 100. Fletcher making the call, and Bull's going to have to hit one of his 7 outs. And that is a blank. Fletcher checks it one more time. Can Bull put out another bet? Oh, Bull does put out another bet. I think Fletcher's going to call him here. The flush did miss. Normally not good to bluff on a paired board. The board does pair the deuce on the river. But I think Fletcher's going to look him up here. Fletcher with second pair does make the call.
That was a tilt call, partner. I don't play like that. You almost had it.
So Fletcher taming the bull there. As we're up to hand number 68. Still have over an hour to go in tonight's stream. Normally we'll get between 80 to 100 hands in. I want to say our last stream, which was on a Friday night on TCH Live Poker, we got less than 70 hands in just based upon all of the multi-way all-ins that were taking place. There are also a couple of misdeals sprinkled in, but got less than 70 hands last time. Normally get between 80 and 100 hands. Of course, there are different factors involved, as Fletcher does make the call with the hearts. And Bull, who just got caught bluffing, does have a hand, raises it to sevens, raises it with the sevens to 20. Showing Jeffrey all in here, but he did rebuy, so he does make the call out of the small blind with the jack-8. And we are going 4 ways to a flop. Jeffrey does have chips behind him.
My little boy's posting fucking pictures on Instagram during school, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I text him like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, he's already in fucking 7th grade. And bro, yeah, like they don't tell him nothing, bro. I'm right back then.
So Jeffrey hitting the 10. And it looks like he's going to bet. The donk bet.
Okay, buddy, I see you. Where you going? Where you going?
And it looks like Bull's going to make the call with the sevens here.
Let's go. I know you like to.
King on the turn.
I know.
Action is on Jeffrey.
Oh, that is today.
And he's going to continue. Looks like about 100. And that's going to do the trick. And he's going to show the Jack-10 it was the best hand.
Yeah, that's the guy that was next.
So the donk bet is essentially when you lead out against the pre-flop aggressor. So you're normally playing out of flow, or you play out of flow. So normally you check to the aggressor, and when you decide to bet, that is known as a donk bet. I think it sounds a lot worse than it is. There is some merits to certain textures of boards, depending on what your hand is, to lead out. But as I said, mainly because of its name, it has a bad reputation. It's known as the donk bet. Donk being short for donkey. Small raise here coming from Newbie out of the small blind. Does have a nice hand. But he is going to pick up a call from Tres Mentiras.
Jerry. Hey, I'm playing. I said Jerry, not Jeffrey. I said Jerry, not Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey will make the fold as we go heads
Why y'all
up.
started arguing or what? O nomás una jugada y luego te dijo algo.
Top pair with the flush draw for Newbie. I actually like this check.
You did good, son.
And he's going to get Alo to bite.
Yeah?
I don't like this raise. This is not based upon the strength of Alo's hand. This is just based upon the strength of Newbie's hand. Very hard for your opponent to have a flush draw when you have that flush draw. Very hard for your opponent to have top pair when you have that top pair.
Oh, they cut the video off.
Yeah, like they cut the video.
Wow.
But, I mean, they didn't get like where he pushed.
No, because there's a 15-minute delay. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
The last time's gonna be at this.
So I do not think CC Drew's at his seat. I believe he is on a smoke break. But his blinds will still get posted. It's basically like a tournament when you play on the stream. The players are aware that they will get blinded out. Now, if you are playing one of our normal cash game tables and you do miss a blind, you will get the miss blind button. But here on the stream, the way the software works just makes it a lot easier, makes it a lot quicker just to treat it like a tournament, and the players do get posted. Tres Mentiras raising it up, has 40% of the Royal, takes it up to 25. Ray making the call, Fletcher does as well, and that's going to bring along CCB. And it's going to be a gut shot for Tres Mentiras. So I do like his pre-flop raise as everybody limped to him and he is in the hijack. Because even if you get called, you're still going to have position against your opponents.
No, my nephew's down from San Antonio and I want to go there. I heard that. For the experience.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
So CCB with the best hand right now with the 8.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
To the river we go. And Tres Mentiras is going to miss. CCB checking it over, but it's going to go check, check. And the 8-6 will be the winner. $161 pot. As I mentioned, we still have about an hour into tonight's stream. If you still haven't hit the like button, make sure you do take care of that. That's how I get paid. So far, a good night if you live in the Corpus Christi area, as the two players are leading the way. One of them up 1,600, the other one up 900. And action is going to be on Frank. Frank's been pretty quiet tonight. Frank recently became a dealer here at the Texas Card House. So maybe he doesn't want to go hard against his clients or customers. Bull with the 6s raises it up to 13, gets calls from 4 players. We have $66 in the pot. How does the 6 not show up here? Oh, there's a 6 in Tres Mentiras' hand. So 1-6 for Bull to hit. He's around it. 7 showing up. And he puts out a continuation bet. Just really one overcard to worry about, the jack. So he's going to bet here. Nice bet from Bull, as really only a jack can call him. 7's also an overcard, but I don't think a 7 is calling a $50 bet here. Yeah, Bull's going to take it down with his 6s. So there is a full-service bar here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. Also a pool table. Also some chessboards set up. We were talking about UT RGV earlier, as RGV Striker was going to donate half of his winnings to the student pantry. But if you know anything about chess, University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, one of the top chess teams in the country. They have won multiple national championships. It's always kind of cool or always kind of crazy, like no matter how big or how small the college or university is, they're always known for something. They always got like a little niche that they're very good at. And for UTRGV, that niche or niche, depending on where you live, the niche is they have a very, very good chess team. Both players checking dark, and I believe they are checking the turn as well. Looks like they're just going to check it down here. Newbie with the ace-queen is going to win the pot. For whatever... No, it's not a chop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not a chop. It's not a chop. For whatever reason, I always remember the University of Denver. They always used to have a real good, I believe it was lacrosse team. Lacrosse really big on the East Coast. It has a spread further west. I do know that some high schools here in Texas do offer it as a sport. Was it lacrosse or hockey that they were real good at? I forgot. I think it was lacrosse. Oh, Jeffrey with the Kings. Cal State Fullerton used to be really good at baseball. CCB just making the call here with ace-queen. Not getting in trouble, putting on the 3-bet. 10 high flop. I think Jeffrey's going to bet big here. $100 in the pot. He's going to bet. Yeah, he's betting big. He is down over 1,000.
How much did you bet? You went all in.
Still think he's down over 1,000 even with that pot.
Yeah, and Jeffrey.
Yeah, he's down 1,400. So CC Drew still not at his seat, taking a double smoke break. As action's going to be on Tres Mentiras.
Yeah, for the boys, for the boys.
Jeffrey just went into the last hand, going to limp with the Jack 4, and Newbie going to raise it with the 3 deuce, the skinny. Frank has the 10s. Here comes the 3 bet. Raises it to 50. Bull's cutting out some chips here. Bit of a splashy call by Bull here, but he was the last player to sit down. So wants to get his TV time. Looking for a king, looking for a hearts. And it's going to be queen high. Kind of like a small bet here from Frank when it goes check, maybe like 60 bucks. About a $60 bet here from Frank. One overcard to his 10s. Both players checking to him. And here is the bet. $50 bet. Newbie here with bottom pair getting a really good price, and I'm calling with this hand here. Call a raise pre-flop with 3 high, you hit a 3. Player bet in less than a third of the pot. Newbie with a dilemma in his mind, but an easy call in my mind. Oh, Newbie's going to let it go. As I said, I never know what Newbie's thinking. I see his cards and I don't even know what he's going to do.
Fucking kids can't eat from RGV.
You saw it?
Yeah, you saw it right now.
I was thinking of both.
Really? Then the other 4 comes.
So up to hand 75, we will get to at least hand 80, which is normally the case. Probably get closer to hand 90 as we still have 45 minutes to go.
Oh, sure, like,
And I was too embarrassed to
like I'm not gonna sit here and fucking eat the pizza with no chips. Was I on there? What did you say? Did you tell Drew who's that guy? This guy's crazy.
So Newbie raising it up with the suited ace to 10.
Hey, where there was a time where Frank, I think it was in San Antonio, he was playing a tournament, and some guy busted, and he never fucking got it from the seat. Frank texted the group chat like, bro, this guy busted, and he didn't fucking got it. Was it San Antonio? The tournament? Yeah.
And Newbie going to take it down with a $10 raise.
Fuck this.
So there's normally a flow to every game. And normally at the beginning of the streams, something that I do like to say, and I'm sure you've heard it before, beginning of the streams, the players tend to play a little bit tighter than they normally play or a little bit looser than they normally play, just either trying to establish a table image or trying to fill out the table. And right now, it seems like a lot of players on break right now, so I think 3 players are on break, so we're actually 9-handed, even though there's, all right, 1 player's back. Does seem like the game is starting to slow down a bit, even though we still have 45 minutes left, so I think it might be a little low, and then I think it won't last very long. I think we'll see fireworks pretty quick, and right as I say that, we have ace-king limping under the gun +2. Frank put it on the raise. And Ray should be 3-betting here. I don't think he is, but he should be. And here we go, 4 ways to a flop. Fletcher with the worst hand, 8-5. Frank with the worst equity. Well, actually, Fletcher only has 8 high here, but he has the second best equity. Ace coming right on the flop as Ray will check. Hoping one of his opponents takes a stab. Frank is going to stab at this with his straight draw. CCB also with a straight draw. Only a $30 bet. He's going to take the price. And I think Ray's going to be raising here. 130? 130. Nice raise here by Ray. And I don't think any of his opponents are going to be able to call it. CCB is thinking about it. Has a gut shot. We can see Ray has a king in his hand, and Frank folded a king. And he's just going to let it go. Seeing if he has any backdoor draws. He does not.
You didn't see him on stream.
He does announce fold.
I know if I call here and I miss, he's gonna bet on the turn. That's the problem.
That's 100.
Oh, he has not folded.
He's king.
All right, now he folds.
I know I'm up against ace.
So these players are not mic'd up. However, there are 2 microphones above the table. So normally I'm able to hear what the players are saying. Sometimes if the players get really loud, you can hear what the players are saying as
I know
well.
what I was up against. I was trying to suck out to get paid.
Yeah, he hits to Perry. Get paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I know he had a king, so it fucks me on my out.
So the haves and have-nots, 5 players in the green, 4 players in the red. Frank barely in the red, down $12. RGV striker not listed, but he is also in the red. As a matter of fact, he had to go to the ATM, so he lost multiple buy-ins. Action is on CC Drew, but he is not at his seat, so his hand will get mucked. Action is on Ray now, who also mucks. Fletcher raises it up to 7 with his suited ace. Frank makes the quick call, as does CCB. Bull with the ace-jack puts on a big raise here. Big raise from Bull. And it's probably going to work. Did Jeffrey make the call? Wow, Jeffrey made the call here. Jeffrey in bad shape here. Gonna need to hit a 10. Okay, Jeffrey's first to act out of the small blind. Does not want to hit an ace. Bull hits 2 pair. Let's see if he checks. Jeffrey's checking. No, Jeffrey hit the ace. Yeah. I thought Jeffrey was going to get in trouble, and I do like a smooth call here from Bull. Don't want to lose your opponent. You have 2 pair. And he disagrees. He's putting it all in. I think Jeffrey has to call it off here. He bet too much on the flop. He bet 189 on the flop. He has about 189 behind. He bet F his stack here. I'm not superstitious, but I think that hoodie that Jeffrey is wearing is contributing to his run bad. Should probably replace that with a Texas Card House hoodie. He does have green chips, though. Oh, he has a decent amount of green chips. He actually has more chips listed. Showing he just has 189 left, but he has more than 189, so he might be able to get away. Never mind. Pretty much drawn dead. Has to go runner, runner, 10-10. Has to go runner, runner, king, king, runner, runner, queen, queen. So he's going to need a king, a queen, or a 10. If not, he is drawn dead. Needs a king, a queen, or a 10. Players showing their cards. And Bull's getting ready to win a big pot. Dealer's going to get the exact count. So we know how much exactly they're playing for. So Jeffrey going to need a king, a queen. Oh, they're running it twice. King, queen, or 10 to not be drawn dead. They are running it twice. 4% of the time, Jeffrey will get really lucky. Okay, he needs another 10. Nope. King, queen, or 10. All right, he's drawn dead. And it's going to be a scoop for Bull. $1,200 pot for Bull. It's showing Jeffrey's going to have $12 left. Dealer confirming. I actually want a free entry into. So I'm going to fire at least one bullet for sure. Got back from Austin yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to. So there's a lot of cool promos, there's a lot of incentives that the tournament players get here at Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley if they do register on time. So the last big tournament here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley was a $10,000 free roll, and for anybody who registered on time, they were entered into a drawing. And the winner of the drawing would get a free entry. I believe 5 people won, and randomly I was one of the ones that won. So definitely firing one bullet in the 25K. And I'll definitely be registering on time because for all you early birds, they have another promo for this tournament. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting. So anybody that registers on time, there's an early bird special for this 25K tournament. If you register on time, you will be entered into a drawing to automatically advance to day number 2 with a 100K stack. How do you like that? So if you play in any of the flights and you registered on time, you will be entered into a drawing where you can advance to day number 2 with a 100K stack. And they've already had a couple of flights. I want to say one of the flights ended at 3.6. 3.6. 3,000, 6,000 that is. So 60 would be 10 big blinds. So you're going to have more than 15 big blinds coming into day number 2 with that 100K stack. So very, very good tournament going on this week. Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. 25K guaranteed multi-flights. And as I said, if you enter on time, you do get registered for a drawing where you automatically advance to day number 2 with a 100K stack.
Are you drinking?
You're also allowed to double bag, and if you triple bag, you get a $1,000 bonus for triple bagging.
Ah, ¿no vas a ir con nosotros? ¿Pero vas a ir tú? Stop! Yeah, what? I heard he's a party animal. I don't give a fuck. He wears the pants of the relationship. Se pueden oír, ¿no?
Do you raise it to 25?
Put it on mute, and the announcer. Yeah, the announcer used to tell him I don't want to hear him.
No, me lo van a. No, sorry,
Wow.
sorry. That was a very, very important.
Fletcher raising it up to 25 with the 8-6 offsuit, picking up calls from the jack high and the 9 high. CC Drew not at his seat, would have had 7s. Ray actually with the best hand right now with the queen high. Flop coming ace high, Ray with a gut shot, CCB with a gut shot, and everybody else with nada. 101 Dalmatians in the pot, as it's going to go check around. Board pairing, queen high still out in front for Ray, and it's going to go check around for a second time. And the river showing up, and it's going to be a straight for Ray. CCB will call with his jack and see the straight.
Yeah, you want to be already be all drunk. We're already all fucking bills.
Stop drinking like that.
We're gonna get there and it's gonna be boring. If we're not. Hey, Vega texting me right now. What we doing now?
So still have about half an hour to go on tonight's stream. And of course, normally the last 15 minutes, we have the 15 minutes of pain, as there's normally some weird stuff that happens the last 15 minutes on the stream here at the Rio Grande Valley.
He ain't got nothing to say no more.
Not always.
He ain't got nothing to say no more. God, bro, give me a fucking hand, Dad.
So if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do take care of that, as you might think you're subscribed to this channel, but you're probably not. This is the secondary channel for all Texas Card House locations. The main channel, TCH Live Poker, has over 50,000 subscribers. This channel has about 2,000 subscribers. This channel is called Texas Card House, 3 different words. The main channel, TCH Live Poker, 3 different words. The best or easiest way to tell the difference between the channels is actually the logo you see at the center of the table. Right there, right above Texas Card House, the circle has a spade on the upper left-hand corner, a diamond on the upper right-hand corner. That is the logo for this channel. The logo for the TCH Live Poker channel is a circle that says TCH Live. So that's the best, easiest way to distinguish the 2 channels. And as I said, chances are you're not subscribed to this channel, as we have over 50,000 subscribed to our main channel, about 2,000 subscribed to this channel. We stream on this channel every Wednesday night. We stream on the main channel every Friday night. And then I'm pretty sure Texas Card House Houston streams on this channel on Friday nights. The main reason for the 2 channels is because of all the tournaments, all of the great tournaments run here at Texas Card House. There's either a tournament going on in Dallas, tournament going on in Houston, tournament going on in Austin, tournament going on down here. So there's always an available channel to stream. You can see this hand taking place at 10:45 Central Texas time. This hand taking place at 10:42. So add the 15-minute delay. That takes us to 10:57. So 10:42. This hand taking place. The tablet right there in front of the dealer. Should be going to. See, we started at 7:25, so we should end around 11:25. As I said, we still have about half an hour to go. Jeffrey with the ace-5, limping. Newbie with the queens, raising. CC Drew announces he has a suited ace. He makes the call. Fletcher does the same with his 6-high. And Jeffrey coming along as we're going 5 ways to a $103 pot. Newbie with the queens. And it's going to come 8 high. A pair and a straight draw for Fletcher.
And I have the same cards.
Remember?
Fletcher going to lead out here. 2 spades on the board. Newbie with the queen of spades should probably just be calling here, and does. Bottom pair for CC Drew, but he lets it go as we go heads up to a turn. Fletcher needing a 5, 6, or 7. 8 outs available, and he hits one of them. Fletcher now with trips. And if he puts out a bet here, Newbie's going to call. Fletcher putting out a bet, looks like 150. And Newbie should be making the call here. Newbie actually wants to see a scary card here, wants to see a spade, wants to see a 5 or a 7. That's not a scary card. Fletcher's going to bet again, and it's going to be hard for Newbie to fold. How much is Fletcher going to bet? Newbie's calling up to 250 without even thinking about it. Fletcher betting 250. Yeah, I think Newbie has to call here. You can see he's getting ready to cut out the chips. I don't blame him for the call. Only the 6 beats you. Fletcher happens to have it. He's going to call, and he's going to see the 6. So Fletcher, who is down in a hole right now, starting to climb out, still in the negative, but should be a little bit closer. I still think he's going to be down a couple of hundred after this hand. He's down 200 after this hand. You can see Jeffrey down 2,000, Fletcher down 200. And with that loss, Newbie is now in the negative.
Wow, I could have got more value out of you.
No, that was about it, because that's right all over your range. So that was about
I know. That's kind of.
Yeah, so Newbie letting Fletcher know that he had queens, and Fletcher says, I could have bet more, and Newbie says, I don't know if I would have called more.
Yeah.
As I said, I called it. I said Newbie will call up to 250 without thinking about it, and Fletcher bet exactly 250.
Maybe I could get $50.
that was right about perfect. Yeah. Good
Got ourselves a limp fest. 5 ways to a flop we go. Best hand right now, the king high of Tres Mentiras, and he's going to hit a jack. Gut shot straight draw for CCB, and bottom pair for Ray. Tres Mentiras going to bet his second pair, $12. Ray going to be making the call. CCB does the same, needing a deuce. And 3 ways to the turn we go. As now the pot is 52.
Are we going to go right after?
8 on the turn. Tres Mentiras now betting $20. Un veintón, primo.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Ray still with bottom pair.
Cool.
Thinking about calling.
Nah, I don't know.
This is my new Corpus Christi friend.
Nah, it's because they opened up a new place over there on
CCB looking for a deuce. Does not get there. It will go check, check. And we officially have 4 hands. We have 4 hands remaining. The production crew just letting me know. Final hand going to be hand number 86. So 4 hands to go tonight. Will we see fireworks? I think we will.
Right at 2, they're just like.
Hold on, I'm dropping it now. They said, no, just keep down for a second. All right, get down, drop them off, let them sit down.
All right, there's the VPIP.
Check out everybody. He's like,
We have 3 players in at over 50%. Ray in at 62%. Frank at the very bottom, only 16%. As I said, he's been pretty quiet tonight. Normally, you want to have a VPIP of at least 20% on the stream. Frank in at 16%.
Does your wife watch stream?
no. Like, they've never told me like that they're gonna watch it, or you don't tell them that you're on.
I don't know if they stream. I don't know if she knows how to do it. I don't think she has any interest.
Yeah, like shit.
And once again, everybody limping. Four ways we go to a queen high flop. CC Drew flopping middle pair. Should probably bet about $10. Well, there's 2 clubs out there, so he might check it. He does. 4 on the turn. CC Drew with still the best of it. Now he should bet $10. He bets 20. And everybody's going to fold. So 3 more hands tonight.
Hey.
And as I said, if you're still not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do take care of that. We have over 50,000 subscribed to the main channel. Only 2,000 subscribed to this channel, so trying to build up the secondary channel. It is for all the Texas card houses. They all stream on it.
Mike. Yeah, you bought last one, right? Yeah.
You bought it.
I think even Dallas streamed on it the other day, as they were for whatever reason having technical difficulties on the main channel. Oh, aces for Jeffrey. What does he do here? Down $2,000. Picking up aces under the gun.
No. He wanted a.
And looks like he's going to put out a big bet.
Had it paid. He already had it paid with
Raises it up to 35. Got tricky with kings earlier, and he lost the big pot to Fletcher with kings. And you can see Fletcher's thinking that bet is pretty big. The raise is pretty big. He's going to call regardless. Uh-oh. Jeffrey moving all in here. It's a suited ace-king. Can CCB get away from this? He three bet it to 150. And it looks like it's going to be less than 500's call. I think he's going to call here.
Bro, you see you ate 3 wings.
I don't think it's a bad call either. 3 bet to 150. Now it is 500. He knows his opponent has a pair.
No. Oh, like I drove here, but no, you're trying. Bro, you're the most.
I think he's gonna call. Ace King is suited. It's too hard to fold. for less than $500 once you 3-bet to 150. Told you there would be fireworks. $479 the exact count. I think if it was more than 500, he would be able to get away, but there's always a number, and I think that number is 500. Anything under 5, you call. Anything over 5, you fold. He knows Jeffrey is down $2,000, so he's seen Jeffrey rebuy multiple times, so maybe your opponent is making a move here. Worst case, your opponent has ace-king, but your opponent probably has a pair here. Is he going to fold? The stream is getting ready to end. Oh, he's going to fold it face up.
Wow. How did you know?
And maybe that factored in him knowing the stream was getting ready to end.
Can we see the flop? Yeah, let's just see.
So normally on Wednesday nights, these players do not play after the stream. Normally on Friday nights, they do.
Well, Drew,
So I don't know if Hot Dog knew that information, but a lot of times when you make a call like that and you're wrong, you want the opportunity to make your chips back. And a lot of times on Wednesdays, the stream, whenever we end the stream, that's when the players stop playing.
we wanted that cost so
But a lot of times on Friday, they will continue to play.
If he wanted it, he would have flattened.
All right, 2 hands to go.
I made it 150, yeah.
2 hands to go. Hand number 86 will be the final hand tonight.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Fuck it, yeah.
That's time, bro.
Newbie with King 6, he'll get rid of it.
You think I fold?
CC Drew raising it up with the suited Jack 10.
Partner, I beat
Really,
you.
Ash?
I
You
beat
wanna hang
you
out
to
this
the
night?
pot.
You doing that shit?
I beat you to the pot. I beat you to the pot.
Looks like we have another fun hand.
If we're in the hand and I bet 150,
The makings of another fun hand here.
I beat
Suited Jack 10, suited 9-7, pocket 7s. And let's see what Jeffrey has.
I want to call. I got raised.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Jeffrey with the King 10. He's going to be making the call. And 4 ways to an $81 pot we go. 9 times 9, 81. And it's going to be ace high, nobody with the ace. And let's see if anybody bets. CC Drew betting here with Jack high. Fletcher making the quick call. And Jeffrey should be getting out of the way.
alright, he better call. Yeah.
Jeffrey makes the call with King high. He actually has the best hand. No, he does not. Fletcher with the 7s has the best hand. Fletcher still with the best hand as the spade arrives. CC Drew did put out a continuation bet, but now he's going to slow down. And Fletcher going to take the lead here. Kind of a small bet, 156 in the pot, betting about a third. Betting 60. CC Drew with just the Jack high. Cannot call, he can raise. Cannot call though. And he disagrees with me. He makes the call with Jack high and he gets there on the turn. He gets there on the river. Oh, Fletcher makes the call and he's going to see how unlucky he got. So not to take anything away from Drew. I mean, he has made some good plays tonight. But normally when you are winning the amount he is winning in a 1-3 game, you're also going to be running good. So CC Drew getting really lucky there on the turn. Getting really lucky on the river, excuse me. Called with jack high. Gets there on the river. Fletcher's not happy.
I'm doing good, baby.
Ow.
The jack or 10 king.
Yeah, so CC drew up 1,800. And like I said, not to take anything away from me, he has made some good plays tonight. But in that hand, he just got lucky. No ifs, ands, or buts.
If I didn't think the jack was good, I would have opened up.
All right, last hand of the stream. Last chance for you to hit that like button. As CC Drew has the 7-3 of spades. And he's going to let it go? Nope, he's not. Fletcher with the quick raise wanted some revenge on CC Drew, as both players have a tray in their hand. And CCB coming along with the fours. Tres Mentiras with the ace-king. Probably 120. I don't think he's going to make it 120, but looks like he's making it 100. Makes it 90. These players know the stream's getting ready to end, so they might feel splashy here. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly why I thought he should have sized it up as well. As he picks up 2 calls here. Pocket 4 is actually the best hand right now, but the ace-king with the best equity. Ace-king also with the best position. As we go 3 ways to a $277 pot. Fletcher going to need to hit a 6 to get lucky. And the king showing up right away. No reason to get tricky here. Multi-way with the 2 spades. Tres Mentiras should be putting out a c-bet here, or probably about 130. He just wants the hand to be over. Slides out 200, and that should... Slides out 200. That should take care of things. CCB thinking about it, thinking that his opponent might have a flush draw here by betting so big. Doesn't think his opponent would bet 200 with the king. CCB with no spades in his hand. So might think that his opponent has 2 spades in his hand and his opponent is just trying to buy the pot here with 2 spades. Oh, and he rips it. Thinks his opponent is on a flush draw, but he thinks wrong, and he's going to have to hit a 4. There are 2 remaining 4s. I believe they're going to run it twice. Hey, I told you, folks, the last 15 minutes, there's always craziness that happens. Not usually craziness that happens. Usually.
You have a king? You have a king? You have an ace?
So CCB went with his read, thought his opponent was on spades. And he's going to have to hit one of the remaining 4s. I believe they're running it twice.
2 minutes before the stream ends.
711 is the exact count. And CCB might lose all of his profit here. Yes, they are running it twice. They are running it twice. All right, so ace-king going to win it there. And ace-king gonna scoop. Ace-king gonna scoop the $1,500 pot. As I said, CCB went with his read, thought his opponent was on a flush draw. Thought he could bet him off of it. But his opponent had the ace-king. And CCB gonna lose all of his chips the last hand of the stream. And that'll wrap things up. You can see the big winner tonight being Corpus Christi Drew. $1,800 on the good side. Jeffrey, On the other end of the spectrum, $1,800 on the bad side. So that wraps things up on this stream. And our next time will be on the main channel, TCH Live, on Friday.